Yo guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto got banished by the council and got Harem, part 2. Huge shout out to Jägermeister31 for this story. If you want more awesome fanfiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. The trio of Naruto, Karen and Gale, or as most people know them as the Gargoyle of the Darkness, Bane and Vampiro, walking through the desert on their way to Suna. It's been a day and a half since they left the capital. Gale used money to get places for his lord and his cousin, saying and Uzushiogakure should not live outdoors. They're a few miles away from Tsunade. Karen looks at Naruto. So what's Suna like, Naruto? Naruto turns to her. It's a nice place, not as bright as Uzushiogakure or Konoha, but it's still a nice place. They don't have much water though, so having plants and stuff is pointless. Not much grows there. So they can't grow food and stuff. That's not good, so they have to rely on outside help. Since the invasion, some people ended relations with Tsunade. Even though they were tricked by Orochimaru, with us allying with them we can help, and I'm sure if you speak to your friend the mayor of the Land of Waves they could ally with them. Also just a suggestion though. Naruto smiles. That's a great idea, Gale. We will visit them when we return. Thank you, my lord. May I ask how long we plan to stay here? Naruto smirks. Not long, a few days, no longer. Understood. They arrive at the gates a few hours later. The guards see 3 people arriving at the gates and are weary. One of the guards steps forward. Halt, Gargoyle, Bane, and Vampiro, what are you here for? A bounty? Gale, Bane, steps forward. I would be careful what you say to the Uzushiogakure unless you want to lose your head. Naruto sighs. Calm down, Gale. We are here to see the Kazekage. Gaara, I'm an old friend but would like to keep my mask on until I speak to him. Oh, okay, Lord Uzushiogakure, we were not notified of anyone visiting. Naruto smiles. It's quite alright. Follow me, Lord Uzushiogakure. Lead on. The guard leads Naruto, Karen, and Gale to the Kazekage's office. Meanwhile, in the said office is Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro all talking when there is a knock at the door. Gaara tells them to enter. Chunin steps inside. Sorry to bother you, Lord Kazekage, but I have the Gargoyle of the Darkness, Vampira and Bane here to see you. The one known as Gargoyle says he's the Uzushiogakure. Gaara is confused as he's not heard of that title before, but he allows them to enter. The Chunin nods and leaves the room, and shortly after 3 people all wearing black with masks on. One is obviously a woman, the others wield giant swords. Kankuro is on edge. Temari is just staring at the gargoyle, checking out his body. Naruto notices and smirks, as does Karen. Naruto, Karen, and Gale all take off their masks, then Naruto chuckles. Shame on you, Temari, checking me out. All 3 siblings look at Naruto in shock. They all say, Naruto, at the same time. Naruto smiles. How's it going, guys? Told you I'd be back. Allow me to introduce you, Karen Uzumaki, my cousin, and Gale Uzumaki, my personal guard. Well, the Uzushiogakure personal guard, which is me. It's good to see you, it's been years. Naruto scratches his head. Yes, sorry about that, I meant to visit, but with getting Uzushiogakure rebuilt and forming an alliance with the Land of Snow and the Land of Waves, I've been busy. Temari smiles. So you found something then? I did. It's good to see you all, and Gaara the Kazekage, aren't we moving up in pedigree, matching me it seems? It seems so. It's great to see you, but is this just a social visit? Naruto smiles. Of course not, although it's good to see you. Have you forgot what I said about an alliance with Uzushiogakure? I have come to form one with you as one Kage to another. Gaara smiles. That is great news, as well as your other alliances. We would be glad to form an alliance with you. Gaara looks at Temari, who hasn't stopped staring at Naruto since he arrived, and smirks. It seems her crush on Naruto is still there. I wonder if we could do a political marriage also, that is if Naruto agrees also. He turns back to Naruto. I will have to summon a council meeting and you can speak to the council about your request. That sounds fine. And summons Matsuri. When she arrives, he looks at her. Matsuri, summon a council meeting immediately. Right away, Lord Kazekage. She leaves the room. Naruto smiles. So what's it like being Kazekage? Gaara sighs. Paperwork, endless paperwork, I'm sure you know about that. Naruto smirks. Actually no, even though I'm the Uzushiogakure, I haven't got around to actually doing that. We're still building, plus me and paperwork have made an agreement. They stay out of my way and I don't burn their asses, plus I have clones to do paperwork. That's the great thing about shadow clones, they have a special ability that they learn and I Receive all their memories makes me awesome, I know. Temari giggles at that and Kankuro and Karen chuckle whilst Gaara sighs. I wish we had a clone that could do that. Gale whispers in Naruto's ear and Naruto smiles. As a show of good faith many years ago, when Uzushio and Konoha signed an alliance, some jutsus were traded. We could tell you the secret of shadow clones. It's a forbidden jutsu in Konoha. I'd advise you to make it the same, only yourself learn it, and the people who you trust the most. But I'd advise you to be careful when dispelling them. It will give you a massive headache, so dispelling them in groups of 2 would be advisable. Understood. Just then there's a knock at the door and Matsuri enters. They are ready for you, Lord Kazekage. Thank you, Matsuri. She blushes and leaves, and Naruto smirks. Seems you've got an admirer, Gaara. Gaara looks confused. Who? Naruto looks at Temari, who just smirks and shrugs. He turns back to Gaara. Matsuri, Gaara. Oh, well, we shouldn't keep the council waiting. A few minutes. Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro are in the council room. Baki looks at Gaara. Why have we been requested, Lord Kazekage? We have a chance to form an alliance today, and we have their Kage here now. I will call him. He turns around. You can come in now. Naruto, Karen, and Gale, wearing their masks, enter the council. Is immediately shocked. Then Naruto and Karen sit down with Gale standing beside them both. Naruto, Karen, and Gale all take off their masks and Baki is shocked. Naruto, it's been a while. Naruto smiles. Hey Baki, it has indeed. So are you the Kage? Of what village? I see no Konoha headband. Naruto smiles. That's because I am the Uzukage of Uzushiogakure. Baki is surprised. So you found something then? Yes, Uzushiogakure has been rebuilt. The woman beside me is Karen Uzumaki, my cousin, and behind me is Gale Uzumaki, the last royal guard to the Uzukage, although Gale will most likely train more. We heard rumors about a village being built. Naruto grins. Yes, we have allied ourselves with the land of waves and the land of snow, and am here to ally with yourselves also, that is if you're interested. Baki and the council start talking whilst Naruto and the others sit there. Naruto notices Temari and smiles at her, and she blushes and smiles back. He thinks it's cute but not like her, but oh well. Baki and the council have finished and Baki speaks again as he knows Naruto. The council agrees to your proposal. We have a suggestion to strengthen the alliance if you're interested. Naruto smirks. Go ahead. Baki smiles. A political marriage. I'm listening. Baki looks at Gaara, who nods. He then turns back to Naruto. We propose a match between you and Temari Sabaku. I suspected as much. I have to inform you about a restoration law that the Uzumaki have in case of near destruction. Well, it's the Clan Restoration Act that Konoha have adapted, so as well as being the Uzukage, I am also the clan heirs for the Uzumaki and Namake's clans, and as such I have to find multiple wives. Unfortunately, you are not the first to propose an alliance and marriage. Koiki Kazuhana, the daimyo of the land of snow, also wants to marry me. There is a stipulation to that. As she is royalty, she will technically be the head wife, but only in title. She can't boss anyone around as such. Baki and everyone else is shocked. Not only is he the Naruto the Uzukage, he's also the clan heirs for the Uzumaki and Namake's clans, but also set to marry Koiki Kazuhana, the daimyo of the land of snow. Baki looks at Gaara for what to do, and he looks at Temari. Temari, what do you think? She shrugs, then smirks. Of course, I would have preferred Naruto, all to myself, but the Clan Restoration Act is a good idea to bring back the clans, so if he is okay, I will still like to marry him. Naruto blushes. I accept if you're sure though. I do. Naruto grins. Then I look forward to the time when we get married. She grins. Me too. Well, that's great news. Were you serious about that offer of jutsu trading? Oh yes, we did it with Konoha. It's also a sign of respect for our villages. We can help with barriers around the village. We could trade some wind jutsus as you are a wind user Uzukage. Sounds good. We can also help with supplies. We know it's hard to plant food, so with us on an island we can assist you. We thank you for your generosity, Lord Uzukage. Naruto brushes it off. Not a problem, we are only too happy to help. We know it's been tough since the invasion a few years back. If you are interested, you might try and form a deal with the Land of Waves also, but it's just a suggestion though. Yes, it has, so we thank you again. We would like to celebrate our alliance if that is okay. The people of Suna haven't had much to be happy about in the last few years. Naruto smiles. That is fine. Great news. I think that is it for now. Council dismissed. Gaara let Naruto, Karen, and Gale stayed in the Sabako compound whilst they stayed in Tsunade. There was a week of celebrating. Temari even took Naruto out of a date which surprised Naruto, but he enjoyed the date. They shared a loving kiss at the end. At the end of the week, Naruto, Karen, and Gale started to leave. Naruto and Temari shared another kiss before the group left. He said she could visit Uzushiogakure if she wanted, and she agreed, as did Gaara and Kankuro. It's now been a few days since they left Tsunade. Karen has been teasing her cousin about his relationship with Temari, their little makeout sessions when they thought nobody was watching, with Naruto forgetting Karen was a censor type, so she always knew where he was. Gale was happy, the happiest he's been since Naruto's banishment. He has now found Naruto. For many years he beat himself up for losing Naruto and begging Lady Kushina's forgiveness, but now he's reunited with his lord and will always protect him. Karen grins. So I bet you can't wait to see and kiss Temari again. Naruto blushes. I don't know what you're talking about, Karen. She grins. Are you forgetting I'm a censor type? I always knew where you were or who you were with. Naruto groans. I hate you. She grins, then she senses someone. There is someone up ahead. Gale looks at them. Friend or foe? Karen shrugs. Not sure, it's only one person. Let's see who this is, shall we? This is your land, whoever this person is, they're trespassing. Be on guard then. They both nod. Gale pulls out Banri and Naruto pulls out Fox's Bane and Karen pulls out her 2 daggers. She's not named them yet. They then approach the mystery person. They see a red-headed woman at some ruins. Gale speaks up. Who are you and what are you doing here? These lands are not for scavengers. State your business. The woman looks at the small group and gulps. Sorry, my name is Anoka Uzumaki. I'm an archaeologist. You're an Uzumaki. Interesting, seems we found another clan member. Anoka looks up. Are you hunting Uzumakis? I won't go down without a fight. Naruto smirks. Not to sound arrogant, but we could easily kill you, but we are not hunting Uzumaki, we are all Uzumaki. Anoka is shocked. You are? Wait, you have blonde hair. Taken after my father, I am Naruto Uzumaki. To the left is my cousin Karen Uzumaki, and to my right Gale Uzumaki, my personal guard. Anoka looks confused. Why would you need a personal guard? Gale speaks. He is the Uzukage, that is why. Anoka is shocked. Seriously, but Uzushiogakure was destroyed. It was, but it's been rebuilt as an Uzumaki. You're welcome to see it and live there if you so wish. Anoka nods. I'd like that. I'm more of a traveling archaeologist, my lord Uzukage. Naruto smiles. Well, let's go then, you can check out the ruins later. Anoka grabs her things and catches up to Naruto, Karen, and Gale. She starts talking to Karen whilst Naruto is talking to Gale. A few hours later they reach Uzushiogakure. Yukio greets them. He sees the man besides Naruto and the other women. He smiles. Welcome back, Lord Uzukage. Can we call you that now? Yes, Yukio, we have much to discuss. How are the scribes? They arrive okay? They did, Lord. May I ask who these 2 new companions are? Anoka Uzumaki and Gale Uzumaki. Gale is the last of the personal guard of the Uzukage. Anoka is an archaeologist. I see. How did the alliance go with Tsunade? Naruto smiles. It went well. We are now allied with them now. That is good, Lord Uzukage. Come, you must be tired. It's been several months now since Naruto visited Tsunade. With the help of Gale, a new unit of guards were formed with Gale leading them. Yukio became the ANBU commander, and several Jonin and Tokubetsu Jonin were trained. The scribes helped Naruto with what to do to run a village, and Naruto learned a lot from them. He's in his office reading over some documents. When he hears a knock at the door, he doesn't look up but tells them to enter. Karen opens the door. Hey cousin, the Kazekage and his brother and sister have arrived. Naruto looks up. Really, I wasn't expecting them. What are they doing now? Karen smiles. They're just looking around at the moment. Should I escort them here? Let them look around, but when they're done then escort them here. How's the clinic doing? All up and running now, correct? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, none of the refugees are doctors, none are even nurses. It's just me right now, and I'm hardly a doctor either. Seems we need some help with that. We might have to visit the capital and inquire about some doctors to train up some people. It's a pain. We don't even have any nurses, only trained one is you. How is it at the clinic patient-wise? Karen shrugs. Patient-wise, well, we have no patients for now. Very well, escort the Kazekage and his siblings when they're done. Understood, cousin. Meanwhile, the Kazekage and his siblings are walking around at all market stalls of fresh fish and vegetables. Temari buys some fruit and starts to eat the juicy apple. I wish we had fresh fruit instead of having it sent to us. It's never exactly fresh when we get it. Kankuro, who's also eating an apple, nods. I agree, man, these are good. He's eating some peaches and he admits they're great. Temari, we are taking some of this fresh fruit, vegetables, meat, and fish back with us. I'll get on it before we go. This place at Great Naruto's done a great job. I agree, everyone seems so lively. Just then Karen arrives. Hello everyone. Temari smiles. Oh hey, Karen, this place is amazing. Karen smiles. I know, I visited it once when it was nothing but ruins, and now it's amazing. Oh, we found another Uzumaki, her name's Anoka, she's an archaeologist. She was checking out the ruins not far from here. Everything seems organized. Yes, Gale is the personal guard commander, he has 50 guards now. Yukio is our ANBU commander, we have 25 ANBU at the moment. We don't have a commander of all the forces yet. We are doing well. Our only problem is doctors. We have a medical clinic, and the only qualified doctor is myself, and I only know some stuff basic. We are lucky nobody is in danger. We could send some doctors from Suna to help train some potential doctors and nurses as a show of good faith. Karen smiles. That would be amazing. Me and Naruto were just discussing visiting the capital, but with your help that won't be necessary. He clicks his fingers and a Suna ANBU appears. Go back to Suna that I request several doctors willing to train people and bring them as soon as you can. The Suna ANBU nods and vanishes. Karen smiles. Would you like a tour? Maybe later. Is Naruto free? Karen grins. He could use the distraction. The scribes don't like him using clones. They always seem to know, but they allow it sometimes. It's stupid in my opinion because of the clone's special ability, but they just moan. Understandable. Well, lead the way. And they all walk to the Uzukage tower, and Karen escorts them inside. Naruto looks up when he sees the door open. Gaara, what a pleasant surprise. I didn't know you were coming. Well, you did give us an open invitation. I did. So how do you like it so far? Gaara smiles. It's looking good. You've done a fine job. Karen told me about your doctor problem, so I have sent an ANBU back to bring some doctors here to train some of your people. Naruto smiles. You're a lifesaver, Gaara. What are friends for? Naruto smiles, then he sees Temari. Hello Temari, you enjoying my village? It seems you're enjoying my fruit. She grins. This place is amazing. It's weird that it's only like 4 years old, but everything seems great. Glad you like it. He looks at Kankuro. What about you, Kankuro? Kankuro grins. The fruit's great. The village seems very lively. The grins. Yes, it does. So is this just a social visit, or are we forming another alliance? Gaara smirks. A social visit plus Temari wanted to visit her fiancé. Naruto blushes and stands up and approaches Temari, and they share a quick kiss. He then turns to the others. Let's get some lunch. Kankuro grins. Now you're talking. Naruto smiles and leads them out. They visit a restaurant and go and they sit down, and they're all served drinks and then start talking. Naruto smirks. So how's Suna? Since I left, I know they were saying I saved their lives with the alliance. Yes, in a way you're a hero to the people of Suna, strangely enough, and you're not even a Suna ninja. Naruto grins. It's because I'm awesome. You should know that by now, Gaara. You sure do have a way to attract the people. Temari smiles. It's his charm. Everyone can't help but fall in love with him, although it gets annoying when half the women in Suna talk about you. Your fangirls probably wanted to visit too. Naruto shakes his head. Geez, I'm glad I didn't stay there then. I guess I know why Sasuke really defected now, to get away from his fangirls. Kankuro laughs. Yes, that would be a good enough reason. Everyone chuckles at that. Then the food arrives and they start eating. They all enjoy the food. After they finish, Karen takes Kankuro and a reluctant Temari on a tour whilst Naruto and Gaara return to the Uzukage tower. Once they get there, Naruto orders his assistant Mozumi to bring some tea for the two of them. They wait for her to get the tea and pour 2 cups before passing one to each of them before leaving. Naruto looks at Gaara. So what is so important? Gaara sighs. Can you put up a sound barrier? This is for your eyes only. Wait, Gale should be here. He is my personal guard commander. Very well. Naruto asks Mozumi to summon Gale. He arrives a few minutes later. After the short welcome, Naruto puts up the barrier Gaara requested. Gaara then sighs. We have a spy network nowhere near as advanced as Jiraiya's, but there is some interesting and disturbing news. Apparently there is this organization called Akatsuki. They're a group of S-ranked ninjas. My spies don't say much other than they're dangerous. They wear black cloaks with red clouds on them. My spies even informed me they were in Konoha but left shortly afterwards. I see. Are you sure they were after me? Yes, my spies followed them. Apparently they an old apartment. When they left, my spies went into the apartment and wasn't sure whose it was until they asked one of the villagers, who told them that it was your old apartment. This is not good. We will have to double the guard around you. I understand, but this will not stop my visit to Konoha in a few weeks' time. Why would you be going there? Naruto smiles. My father owned most of the banks. Well, the Namikaze clan did, and all the Namikaze and Uzumaki money is in those banks. With only an Uzumaki or Namikaze seal can open the safes. Plus Gale tells me many people in Konoha owed debts to my father. I'm guessing they're thinking with him being dead their debts are cleared. They're wrong. I will take every penny they owe my father. I am also going to demand they remove everything associated with Uzushio and all the jutsus we shared with them are to be returned. May I ask why? Many years ago, Uzushio and Konoha were allies. The Uzumaki clan was one of the most awe-inspiring clans and also one of the most feared, so Iwagakure destroyed this village and most of my clan. From what the Uzumaki elder, who I now know as Ashina Uzumaki, said, that we sent multiple requests for help, not one reply, and we were destroyed. The council will know, I'm sure. My money is on Danzo Shimura. Naruto looks at Gale. Who's that? Gale sighs. He's an old man and on the council as one of the Hokage's advisors. He has bandages on his arms and face. He was a cruel, manipulative man. Many times he demanded you be handed over to him to make you a weapon. Hiruzen always said no, and now I think about it, it's something he would do to stop the alliance, or make the Hokage seem cowardly by refusing aid. My money is on him. My spies tell me he's had dealings with Orochimaru. I ever found a letter from Danzo in my office sent before the invasion, which would mean he knew Orochimaru was impersonating the Kazekage, my father. I'm going with him then. Gaara and Gale nod. Then be careful then, when you return he could try something. Naruto smirks. I hope he will. It will give me an excuse to kill him. Indeed, people like that only want to destabilize everything, including peace. Men like him should not exist, but they do. How long are you staying? Gaara smiles. We should return home today. My brother and sister don't know the real reason for me coming here, although I did want to see your village. You've done well for yourself. Naruto shakes hands with Gaara and the three of them leave the tower. They meet up with Temari and Kankuro. They spend the next few hours together, then the siblings return with a goodbye kiss shared between Naruto and Temari. A few weeks later, Naruto, Karen, Gale, Anoka and Yukio visit the capital. They're met by Hataro Ryozuki, the daimyo's assistant. Lord Uzukage, Karen, Gale, and who might they be? Naruto smiles. This is Anoka Uzumaki, no relation, and Yukio Nakazawa, my ANBU commander. Understood. Welcome this way, the daimyo's been expecting you. And they all follow Hataro. He enters the palace and escorts them to the main room. The daimyo sees them. Perfect, Naruto, you have arrived, and I see you have more followers now. This is Gale Uzumaki, my commander of the person guard, Anoka Uzumaki, no relation, and Yukio Nakazawa, my ANBU commander. The daimyo smiles. More Uzumakis, that is good. So I heard you want to visit Konoha about getting what's yours, meaning your family's money. That is correct. My father owned the banks. I'm guessing the people who owed him money thinks their debts ended with my father's death. They were wrong. It means they owe me, and I intend to get it all back. Plus I think I might demand back all the traded jutsus. It's only fair, seeing as they never helped during my clan and village's downfall. I guess that is understandable, so I am setting off tomorrow. You are free to tag along. I will also officially announce you as the Uzukage. That sounds reasonable. Well, until then, Lord Daimyo, we should find a hotel to stay at. The daimyo shakes his head. Nonsense, you can all stay in the palace. You are now the Uzukage, remember? Naruto scratches his head and smirks. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. Hataro, escort them to their rooms to rest for a while. It is getting close to dinner. Won't you join me when it is done? Naruto, your companions are also welcome. I'd be honored, Lord Daimyo. It's been a slow pace for the Uzumaki crew. Going with the daimyo was slow going, but it was a precaution because of his banishment. He would be under the daimyo's protection. Naruto, Karen, Gale, Yukio and Anoka all talked amongst themselves. Naruto actually found out Yukio's also in the bingo book under the name Yukio the Smasher, so they are all dangerous individuals minus Anoka, who's a kunoichi but not much of a fighter. Karen looks to Naruto. You sure this is a good idea? You are banished from Konoha. Naruto shrugs. I hardly care. I'm going there for what is rightly mine and my clan's. After this I will never return to Konoha. It was once my home but not anymore. Anoka looks at Naruto. What about your friends? Won't it be good to see them after so long? Naruto shrugs. Maybe, but if I don't see them it won't be a problem. Friends don't always stay friends, they become enemies and try to kill you. Sometimes they grow apart. I admit some I was closer to, like Shikamaru and Choji, but that's about it. Karen sighs. What about Sakura? You used to like her. Do you still like her? Naruto looks at Karen. To be honest, I don't know. A part of me does, but another part tells me why to bother. She likes Sasuke. I wasted years trying to get her to notice me, and she didn't. She only had eyes for the traitor. What if they tried to have her marry you? Naruto smirks. A part of me would love that, but the other part is saying she would never agree to that, and I don't want to force anyone. Yukio then speaks. What if she doesn't like this Uchiha? What if by some bizarre turn of events that she now likes you? Naruto smiles. Unlikely as that seems, as she hasn't seen me in years, so how could she grow feelings for me? But if by some chance it did happen, then I would gladly accept Sakura's request not to take anything from Temari. I mean, I think I'm in love with her, but Sakura was always the girl I wanted. I had a crush on her for years, and strangely we were teamed up together. Unfortunately, the Uchiha was with us also. Karen smiles. Keep your fingers crossed then. Naruto smirks but says nothing. An hour later they see the gates of Konohagakure. Naruto and the others are in the middle of the convoy. They all put their masks on minus Anoka, who just walks beside them. They reach the gate and they enter. Kotetsu and Izumo notice Naruto, Karen, and Gale, well, the gargoyle of the darkness, Vampira and Bane. They also notice Yukio the Smasher. They look at each other wondering why they are here. Meanwhile, inside Konoha, Ino's just finished a long shift at the flower shop and is now walking around the village to stretch her legs when she sees the large caravan entering Konoha. She's seen the caravan before as being the daimyo of the land of fire. She almost turns away when she sees him. She looks at him and smirks. Wow, Naruto's grown even taller, man. I can see the muscles from here. Is he purposely teasing women with that tight top on? She then sees he's not alone. She sees the girl with red hair, although she's wearing a mask now and looks just like Naruto. Then there is another guy with a massive sword also dressed like Naruto. Then there is someone dressed like Anbu, and lastly another red-headed girl, and her jealously grows again. I wonder what Naruto's doing here. I have to tell Tenten. They have become close friends. She then runs off to find Tenten. Meanwhile, the caravan gets closer to the Hokage Tower. Naruto sees many people staring at him and his companions. He sees women giggling and blushing and raises his eyebrows at that, and then looks away. A short while later the daimyo is informed there is a council meeting going on, and he smirks. He asks Naruto to approach. Now Naruto, it would be best to let me introduce you. I know you are unhappy with Konoha, but let me talk first. Understood, Lord Daimyo. An Anbu sees the daimyo appear and immediately goes in to inform the Hokage, who informs the Anbu to let him come in. The daimyo enters the room, but Tsunade is shocked to see 5 people enter with him. She knows one of them going by the look is Naruto, but she has no idea why he's here and with the daimyo. Most of the other shinobi council knows who they are, well, their aliases, and are also wondering why they're here. Maybe they're his bodyguards. The fire daimyo takes a seat with the 5 people standing behind him. The daimyo smiles. Sorry to interrupt your meeting, but I have come on urgent business. I'm sure you, well, the shinobi side, know who these, well, some of these are, but that is not why they are here. What I am about to tell you brings great joy to me, as it was a sad loss many years ago. I'm sure most of you are aware many years ago Konohagakure and Uzushiogakure were allies, and we all know that Uzushiogakure was destroyed. He looks around to see everyone listening. He then continues. Well, Uzushiogakure has been rebuilt, and they have a new Uzukage, and he's here today, and he has some questions for you. All the floor is yours. Naruto Uzumaki Namike is the Uzukage of Uzushiogakure. Tsunade is in shock but inwardly smiles, but her happiness soon vanishes when Naruto speaks. I am the Uzukage, and I was banished from Konoha, the place I once saw as home. Well, not anymore. Konoha means nothing to me. You all make me sick for what you did to my clan and village. In its hour of need, several requests were sent asking for aid from our so-called allies, and yet we got no replies, and most of my clan was wiped out. My village was turned into ruins whilst you all stood here doing nothing, whilst countless hundreds died: husbands, sons, daughters, wives, grandparents, grandmothers, granddaughters, grandsons cut down. None were spared. You are not fit to be allies with anyone. He looks around, his mask off now. It took 2 years of hard work, but Uzushiogakure has been rebuilt. We are growing as a village once again, but things change. New alliances were formed and old alliances are now over. Konoha and Uzushiogakure are no longer allies, and because of your cowardice, everything we shared with you, our jutsus, our defense barriers, must be returned. You don't deserve anything from us. You will remove the swirl on your clothing because our alliance is over. Naruto grins. Now on to money. I have come here to empty the banks of all the money saved up by my parents Kushina Uzumaki, the red hot habanero, and Minato Namikaze, your very own Yondaime Hokage. And that is not all. The Namikaze clan owns most of the banks in Konoha, and as such everyone has taken out loans. Now I'm guessing you're thinking that with my father's deaths your debts are cleared. You're dead wrong. What you owed him you now owe me, and I'm sure since it's been 16 years since his death you stopped paying back the loans. Well, I'm here to tell you I want everything you owe brought to me within 2 days, and I'm sure the interest has built up quite a bit over those 16 years. A fat councilman stands up. We will not pay you anything, demon. That was the last thing he said as his head left his shoulders and nobody even witnessed Naruto move. Naruto smirks. Does anyone else want to piss me off? Hayashi stands up. Lord Uzukage, maybe we can try and strengthen the bonds and try and repair this damage. You are from 2 clans, we could do the Clan Restoration Act. Naruto scoffs. You're forgetting that I'm banished, and as such that law means nothing as I am no longer of this village now. I expect the money brought to the Namikaze compound within 2 days. I have nothing more to say. He turns around and leaves, followed by Karen, Gale, Yukio, and Anoka. All leave the room, leaving everyone in shock. Tsunade sighs. He will leave us defenseless. The daimyo sighs. I am sorry, Tsunade, but as the Uzukage and the clan heir of the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans, he has the right to do what he says. He feels slighted for himself, his clan and village. Shikaka sighs. There must be something we can do to appease him. An alliance with Uzushiogakure would be helpful, with Tsunade pulling out of the alliance with us. Naruto has already formed an alliance with Tsunade, the Land of Waves and the Land of Snow. The reason Suna pulled out is for your treatment of Naruto to them. He is a hero. He defeated Gaara during the invasions years ago, and Gaara is now a changed man. He is now the Kazekage. As for the Land of Waves, they also see Naruto as a hero, saving them from Gato many years ago, going so far as to name a bridge after him and a statue of Team 7, although the statue of Sasuke was destroyed, I believe. As for the Land of Snow, Team 7 also helped the daimyo Koiki Kazahana and rescue the Land of Snow, and as such Naruto is seen as a hero there. He coughs. Now let's continue with what he has done since Uzushiogakure has been reformed. He has taken in refugees from the Bloodline Purge as well as refugees in the Land of Waves and even the capital itself. He is seen as a hero to the people of Uzushiogakure. Everyone is shocked. Tsunade is impressed with what Naruto has done. She then sighs. Still, you never mentioned if there was a solution to this. Oh, well, there is something. The Uzumaki clan also had their Clan Restoration Act, and as such Naruto will have to restore the clan of not only the Uzumaki but Namikaze clan. Now Naruto has already sorted out alliances with Suna and the Land of Snow. As I mentioned, he has also agreed to marry Temari Sabaku, who I believe is in love with Naruto, and Koiki Kazahana, the daimyo herself, but as she is royalty she will be the head wife, but only in title. There is your solution, but it is Naruto's choice if he accepts or not. I will leave you to discuss further. Meanwhile, the Uzumaki and Yukio have already put their bags in the compound, with Naruto being the only one to open the seal on the gate due to his combination of Uzumaki and Namikaze blood. They walked around the house for a short while. Karen had to console her cousin when he saw a massive portrait of his parents, his mom obviously pregnant with him. Yukio and Anoka both said his mother was very beautiful and said they were sorry he never had a mother. Naruto thanked them both, but it was Karen who helped console him, which she was only too happy to do. No incest people. Later on, they left the compound as Naruto wanted to visit the Ichirakus. He approaches the small place he loved so much before he was banished. He lifts up the shroud and enters. The place is empty. The 5 of them all take seats and wait for service. Naruto smiles when he sees Ayam come out. He smiles. It's good to see she's okay. She smiles. What can I get you 5? You're not regulars. I'd remember such a cute as you. Naruto smirks. Now Ayam-chan, I saw you as a sister and now you're flirting with me. Shame on you. Ayam's mouth drops open. Naruto-kun. Naruto smiles. How you doing? She immediately starts crying and runs around and hugs Naruto, who hugs her back. I miss you, Naruto-kun. Naruto pats her back. I miss you too, Ayam-chan, but with my banishment, I could hardly visit you, plus I run my own village now. Ayam is shocked. You do? Where? Naruto smiles. Uzushio-gakure, the other side of the land of fire. I'm their Uzukage. Ayam smiles. So you got your wish? Well, sort of. Yeah. Just then they hear a cough and Naruto looks up. Old man Ichiraku. Tochi smiles. So the wanderer returns. It's so to you, boy. Oh, sorry, Lord Uzukage, as you're back the meal is free for all of you, so who are your companions? Naruto smiles. He points to Karen. Karen Uzumaki is my cousin. The man beside her is Gail Uzumaki, the leader of my personal guard. Then there is Anoka Uzumaki, no relation to me, and Yukio Nakazawa, my ANBU commander. Tochi smiles. So you found some family. That is great. Say, Naruto, you wouldn't have any space in Uzushio-gakure for a ramen stand, would you? Naruto rubs his chin. I'm not sure. It's a very busy place. I just don't think there's any room. Ayam sighs until Naruto grins. But there is a shop that is currently unoccupied that would be much better. Tochi and Ayam smile, then Tochi grins. Then when you return, Naruto, we will pack up here and follow you there. Your friends visit sometimes, but not that much. With our number one customer gone, it's pretty quiet. Naruto smiles. Then you should definitely come to Uzushio-gakure. Ayam smiles and hugs Naruto again. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Gail raises an eyebrow and Naruto rolls his eyes. Gail, either old man Ichiraku or Ayam-chan need to call me Uzukage. They are like family to me. Understood, Lord Uzukage. Meanwhile, Sakura has just left the hospital after another tough shift. She's tired and just wants a nice hot shower and to go to bed when she hears two voices. One she knows as Ino, the other is Tenten, so she decides to listen in. Ino grins. So I can't believe it, our very own Naruto is now the Uzukage of the reformed Uzushio-gakure. That is cool. He got his wish, not the Hokage, but his own village. Dad says Uzushio-gakure was where the Uzumaki clan were from. It's weird. Naruto was a clan kid, and not just one clan but two. His dad was the Yondaime Hokage, can you believe that? And his mom Kushina Uzumaki was one of the most badass kunoichi in Konoha. Talk about having awesome parents. Tenten grins. Wow, I heard of Kushina Uzumaki. I don't know why I never thought of the surnames and connecting them, so why is he back? Ino grins. Well, he's come to get all the money from his parents, and all the debts from everyone. Her face then drops. It's sad though, he's not happy about our village not helping his village when it was destroyed. He doesn't see Konoha as his village anymore, but he is the Uzukage after all. Tenten sighs. That's a shame. Anything else? Ino grins. Yeah, Lady Tsunade is trying to bring our villages closer by a political marriage, and as he is the heir to two clans, the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans, he has to take multiple wives. He has two already in Temari Sabaku, a sore subject for you, that one, and Koiki Kazahana, the princess of the land of snow and its daimyo. But Tsunade is trying to get some marriages from here, and my dad asked me and I said yes. Tenten is shocked. You'd marry Naruto? Ino grins. Of course I would. If he accepts, you should do it too. Tenten is shocked. But I'm not from a clan. Ino shrugs. Technically neither is Temari or Koyoki Kazahana. With Niji being forced to marry a Hyuga, it would mean I could move on. It would mean I could have a surname, plus he might be able to teach me some cool kenjutsu. Ino grins. Not to mention you'd be married to a hunko. That girl, the red-headed girl, is his cousin, but there's another girl, but I don't think she's a threat. Tenten grins. So what would I do? Ino grins. Well, my dad's going to visit the Hokage about it. She did say to go to her with recommendations. I bet she will get loads, with most being rejected as gaining nothing. So do you think we will get anyone else from our friends? Ino smirks. Kanata most likely. She's always had a thing for Naruto. I know someone Naruto would definitely want. He had a crush on her for years. Tenten grins. Oh, you mean Sakura? Yeah. He totally had the hots for her, but I think she still likes Sasuke the traitor. Well, come on, let's go visit the Hokage. Above them, Anko heard the whole thing and grins. Many wives? I'm definitely going to ask the Hokage. I saw him earlier. He's really grown up. I could see the muscles on his yummy. She then uses Shunshin to vanish. Meanwhile, Sakura heard both Ino and Tenten's conversation, and strangely that crazy snake lady Anko. She blushes after hearing some of the things Ino and Tenten said, plus what Anko said. Would he accept me though? I have gotten over Sasuke. I have missed Naruto so much, And I'm so glad he's doing okay. I want to marry him not out of guilt but because I think I love him, although I don't understand how I could still. I will ask my parents. She rushes home and sees her mom in the kitchen. Hey mom. Hello dear, how was work? Sakura sighs. Tiring. I heard Naruto's back. Mabuki glares at her. Don't talk about that demon in this house. Sakura is shocked. He's not a demon and I love him. I want to marry him. Mabuki drops a plate. You will do no such thing. The fact you talk about him in this house is bad enough, but don't you even mention marriage and that demon again. Sakura turns around and leaves the house and heads to the Hokage Tower to ask Tsunade if she can marry Naruto. To hell with what her mom says. She will marry Naruto. Tsunade will say yes. Sakura knows in her heart she will be happy with Naruto, so she will put her name forward. Sakura a few hours later arrives back at her house. She knows her parents will probably be angry with her, but she's old enough to make her own choices. They should be happy for her. As soon as she opens the front door and steps into the front room, she sees her very unhappy parents. Mabuki glares at her daughter. Come here now, Sakura. Sakura stands in front of her parents. She knows they're angry. What's wrong? Her dad Kizashi glares at her. We specifically told you not to mention that demon in this house. We told you to drop that stupid idea to marry that demon, and yet you disobeyed us and did it anyway. Now go back to the Hokage and tell her that you recant your request. Sakura snaps. I won't do that. Kizashi sighs. Then you leave me no choice. We are only a civilian clan, but we feel that you are disgracing the Haruno name. You were going to be the clan head, but no longer. With your continued acts of defiance, you are hereby disowned. Why do you think your friend Ino is no longer welcome in this house? Because she talks about him. Now you have 30 minutes to pack up your things and leave this house. You also will no longer be Sakura Haruno, you are just Sakura. Now go to your room and pack. Sakura looks shocked and hurt. Why can't you be happy for me? Naruto is a good man, he's done many amazing things. Have you forgot what he did during the invasion? Mabuki scoffs. He's a demon, nothing more. I'm giving you one last chance, Sakura, to recant your confession to marry that demon. Sakura is in shock, but then she snaps. I will not, and if you don't like it, then to hell with you. You wanted me to marry Sasuke. Well, news flash, he's a traitor. You're just blinded by your hate. She then smirks before continuing. I will marry Naruto-kun and live a happy life. I will have a family with him, and I will love the kids that we have. She turns away and heads to her room. As soon as she gets to her room, though she starts packing, she still starts crying, wondering why her parents are so vengeful. After she's finished, she heads downstairs. Mabuki looks at her. As soon as you go wherever you're going, get some new clothes and burn those. You disgrace the Haruno clan by your actions. Sakura looks into her mother's eyes before she speaks. I fucking hate you. She storms out of the door and walks around the village. Everything she owns is in 3 scrolls. She walks around town for a short while, still in shock. After an hour of just walking around, she ends up stopping outside the Yamanaka flower shop. She might as well go inside. As the door opens, Ino and her mom Inoue look up. Inoue looks at a depressed-looking Sakura and is confused. What's wrong, Sakura dear? Sakura looks up crying. I've been disowned because I want to marry Naruto-kun. Inoue is in shock, as is Ino. Inoue walks over to Sakura, who's like a second daughter to her, and hugs her. There, Sakura darling, it's okay, you can stay here with us. Ino sighs. First they forbid me to visit Sakura, and now this. I don't understand their hate towards Naruto-kun. Inoue sighs. Some people just can't understand he's not a demon. She turns to Ino. Close up the shop and let's get Sakura settled. Inoichi comes into the shop. What's up, dear? Inoue sighs. The Harunos disown Sakura because she wants to marry Naruto. Inoichi sighs. Idiots, why can't they be happy for their daughter? Well, let's get her set up. I'm afraid she'll have to share with you, princess. Ino smiles. I don't mind. Meanwhile, Naruto is now in Tsunade's office. He was surprised that as soon as he entered the room, he was enveloped in a hug by Tsunade. He was also surprised to hear her crying, as after a few minutes she broke from her hug. They then both sat down and talked for a while about how his village is doing. Tsunade was surprised how much he's grown, but was also very happy for him. Naruto looks at her. So what have the council come up with now? I'm sure they have suggested something. Well, the daimyo told us about your own clan restoration act, and we would still like to mend our shaky relationship by some marriages. Naruto smirks. Figures as much. I'm sure you have pages of names? Pages, but most are civilian names which will gain you nothing and then prestige. So, I've ignored most of the list, but I have some promising names here, although it would take a lot of Konoha's best kunoichi. May I see the list of potentials? Tsunade shows him a scroll and he looks over this list. A revised version, I take it? When he continues. Ino, Tenten, Hinata. He raises an eyebrow. Anko, didn't expect that. He continues reading. Sakura? Why would she put her name down? She loves Sasuke. Tsunade smirks. Not anymore, she's changed over the years, she only wants him back as a fellow Konoha shinobi. But with you also being banished, I don't think she cares much. She hasn't mentioned Sasuke to me in years, if I'm honest, but she mentions you all the time. Naruto is surprised by this. He remembers back to the talk they had on the way here and he smiles. I'll talk with these 5. I want to know their reasons. Tsunade, I'll marry people who I want to marry. I will not force anyone to marry me. Tsunade nods. Understandable, we can sort this out tomorrow, but there is something I want to talk to you about. I know the Sasuke retrieval mission probably brings back bad memories, but by any chance do you remember the Sound 4? Vaguely, is there a reason you're mentioning them? Tsunade smiles. Actually? Yes, do you remember that foul-mouthed redhead? Naruto nods. Yeah, I remember her. Didn't Shikamaru and Temari fight her? Tsunade nods. Yes, well, we captured her, and she's been held a prisoner for years. Naruto sighs. And you're telling me this why? She sighs, he's so different, not the hyper kid anymore. I guess he's had to grow up. Well, I spoke to her after you arrived with your cousin, bodyguard, and other followers. I had a hunch and I was right. It appears that she's an Uzumaki. Naruto's eyes open. I want her released immediately. Tsunade smiled. Already being arranged as a goodwill gesture between our 2 villages, she will be sent to you shortly. Naruto nods. I see, is that all? Tsunade thinks. Oh, Yuga wants to join your village, you would know her as Nico. Naruto raises an eyebrow. Might I ask why she wants to join my village? Not that I'm saying no, she was one of the only ANBU that actually tried to keep me safe, you know. Tsunade nods. Do you remember a man called Hate Gecko? Naruto nods. Yes, he was that proctor of the Chunin exams, kept coughing. Tsunade nods. He was Yugao's boyfriend, but he died and she never got over it, so she wants to get away from the village. I know she's a valuable member, but she wants to go and I won't force her to stay. Naruto nods. I see, well, I'll speak with her. Where can I find her? Tsunade smiles. I'll send her to your house. The Namake's compound is where you're staying, correct? Naruto nods. Yes, well, I'll take my leave. It was nice seeing you again, Bachan. He stands up and walks to the door, then stops. Oh, did you know you're my cousin? Tsunade is shocked. What? Yes, it's how I found out who my parents were. So how did that work exactly? Naruto leans against the wall. Well, there was this jutsu, and I put blood on a scroll and something strange happened. A sort of family tree came up. Of course, I didn't know about you until much later, so yeah, you're my cousin. Well, send Yuga when you can. And Naruto leaves and she sighs. That's just great, I sent my cousin into exile. Hawk, find Yugao and send her to the Namake's compound. Hawk appears and nods, then vanishes via Shunshin. Naruto is back at the compound sitting down with Karen whilst Gale, Anoka, Yukio and many Naruto clones start packing up everything. Karen smirks. So Sakura wants to marry you then, so are you going to say yes to her? You still love her, don't you? Naruto nods. Yeah, I'm meeting with my potential brides tomorrow. Say, Karen, do you remember the Sound 4? Yeah, a bunch or arrogant arseholes. Naruto smirks. Yeah, I hear you now. Do you remember the redhead? Well, she's an Uzumaki and she's been a prisoner since the Sasuke retrieval mission. Tsunade is releasing her into my custody. Karen smirks. Wow, another Uzumaki. Just then there's a knock at the door. Naruto answers it and sees Yuga without her mask on. Uzumaki-sen, may I come in? Naruto steps to the side and Yugao steps inside. She takes a seat on the couch and Karen smiles. Would you like a drink? Yugao shakes her head. No thank you. As he smiles. So Tsunade says you want to join my village, is this true, Yugao? Yugao nods. That's true, Uzumaki-san. I lost the love of my life, and even though it's been years I still haven't gotten over it. This place brings bad memories for me. A new place would be ideal for me now. I won't beg you, but I ask if it's possible I can. Naruto smiles. Of course, Yugao-chan. You were one of the only ANBU who protected me time and time again, so yes, Yugao, you can join my village. I would be honored having you in its ranks. Is there any position you planned on asking for within my forces? Yukio then stops. Uzukage Dano, although I am thankful for the chance of becoming your ANBU commander, but I've heard of Nico of Konoha. She would make a better commander. Naruto looks at Yukio. And what about yourself, Yukio? You've served me well since taking the job. Yugao, with a serious face, interrupts Naruto and Yukio's conversation. May I suggest he be my second in command? In agreement. Very well, Yugao is now ANBU commander with Yukio as sub-commander. Welcome to Uzushio-gakure. I suggest you start packing, Yugao-chan. She nods. Understood, Uzukage-sama. Naruto smiles at his new ANBU commander. Naruto or Uzumaki-san is fine, although my friends can call me by my name. Be ready to move out within the next few days. Yugao smiles in return. Understood, Naruto-san. Yugao leaves to start packing, and continues with the sealing of the household items. Karen joins them and Naruto just sits down to think. Several hours later there is a knock at the door. Naruto opens it to ANBU. Lord Uzukage, we have brought Tayuya Uzumaki as requested, and steps aside and Tayuya steps past the ANBU. She looks at Naruto and walks past him as the ANBU turn to leave. Naruto closes the door and follows Tayuya back to the main room and sees Tayuya sitting on the couch. Naruto sits down on another chair facing her. So you're an Uzumaki? Tayuya smirks. Fuck yeah. And you, are you really an Uzumaki? I thought all Uzumaki had red hair. Naruto smirks. I took after my dad. Tayuya smirks. So you're the fuckhead who's looking after me. Before Naruto can answer, a blade is placed at Tayuya's throat. Watch your tongue, girl. He is the Uzukage and the Uzumaki and Namake's clan head. Disrespect him again and Uzumaki or not you lose your head. Tayuya gulps, got it, as she groans to herself inwardly. I'm sorry, Uzukage Dano. Naruto gives Tayuya a gentle smile. No problem, Tayuya. So you will be returning with us to Uzushiogakure within the week. Tayuya is confused. Uzushiogakure was destroyed. Naruto smirks. It's been rebuilt and is flourishing. Tayuya smirks right back at the teen in front of her. Fucking awesome, my mom told me it was a nice place. It still is. Oh, there's an IWA mean in the prison bragging about being involved with our clan and village's destruction, mentioned that some guy called Danzo helped IWA in destroying it. I see, did he say anything else? Tayuya tells Naruto, Karen, Gale and Yukio everything about what she heard from the IWA mean. Naruto was beyond furious, but Karen was able to calm him down. It was getting late, and he had a busy day tomorrow with meeting his potential brides. Naruto agreed. He didn't want to snap at them. Still, there would be hell to pay once he met his potential brides. It was weird even to him why he wanted them to explain why they wanted to be his bride, but Gale said it was actually a good idea. The next day Naruto was escorted to a meeting room. His potential brides had already been notified of what would happen. Naruto sat in one of the chairs with Yukio and Gale standing against the wall as bodyguards for the proceedings. There was a knock at the door and in came Ino Yamanaka. She smiles. Hey Naruto-kun. Naruto smiles. Ino, he looks behind him. Wait outside, guys. They looked at Naruto, then Ino, then each other before nodding and leaving the room. Naruto motions Ino to sit down, and she sat next to him. Okay Ino, I know this is weird, but I don't want to force anyone to marry me. Everyone has free will, so tell me why you want to marry me. Ino smiles. Well, you're drop-dead gorgeous. I'm surprised how much you've grown. I've heard about your exploits, the Gargle, Vampira and Bane, also known as the Mitsu no Oni, the three demons. Naruto smirks. 3 demons, that's a new one, not heard that before, I kind of like it. Okay, anything else? She smiles. Well, we never really got to know each other, and for that, it's my fault for never giving you a chance, but I've grown up and well, you are very attractive, and who can resist my beautiful looks? Naruto grinned back at her. Who indeed? I have to ask, are you okay with this? You weren't forced into it by your parents? Ino smiles. No, not at all. Ever since I saw you years ago, something just sort of clicked. Nobody can force me into anything. When I heard about the idea of marrying you, I asked my parents if it was okay. They never forced me or anything, plus nobody in this village holds a candle to you. The things you've done since your banishment, which I might add, your friends were all disgusted by it. I might also add you have become a leader of a village, formed alliances, battled missing mean and found clan members. Not that I knew you had a clan until recently. Naruto smirks. Actually, did your father tell you who my parents were? She shakes her head. Yes, I'm sorry you lost them so young, and I'm also sorry for the way I treated you when we were kids. Can you ever forgive me? Naruto smiles. Yes, I forgive you, as you said we were kids. You didn't know, but the villagers that did, that's another story. Naruto said darkly. Ino is shocked but happy. Naruto has forgiven her of how she treated him in the past. Seriously? I'm so glad you did, Naruto. Looking closer, she notices his resemblance to both parents. You know, now that I can look closer, you do look a lot like your father in the hair and eyes. But your face, wow. Naruto, I can see your mother's features in the shape of your face. Even though I thought you annoying in the academy, I always thought you'd grow from cute to devastating. Your mother, even though I was a Sasuke fangirl for all those years, I looked up to your mother. Lady Kushina was the Kunoichi us girls always wanted to be like. She then smiles hopefully at Naruto. So, Naruto, I don't know what else I can say to convince you that I'm serious. So I guess I have to just ask you, do I pass or do I have to give you more incentive? Naruto raises an eyebrow, but before he can say anything, Ino stands up, leans down, and plants a kiss on Naruto's lips. Naruto is shocked. He was kind of hoping his first kiss in the village would be with Sakura-chan, since Princess Koyuki and Temari had both claimed his lips months earlier, but, oh well. It still felt nice. Naruto smiles. You are 100% sure with this? I want to see your village. Back before flashing the smile reserved for those closest to him. Very well, I accept you and your feelings, Ino. Ino is now beaming in happiness. Thanks, Naruto-kun, we're going to have so much fun. Naruto blushes. I'm sure we will. Ino blows him a kiss before walking out the room. Naruto grins, while always the flirt. A few minutes later there is another knock. Gale enters along with Tenten. She smiles. Hey Naruto. Naruto nods. Morning, Tenten. Gale is about to leave but turns around. If I may ask you a question before I leave? Sure. Gale nods. Did you know your parents by any chance? Tenten furrows her brow in thought. Vaguely. May I ask why? You look a lot like Tenzin Uzumaki. He was a blacksmith, one of the best in Uzushio. He fled with his wife and came here taking his wife's surname of Higurashi. Tenten is shocked. So I could be an Uzumaki? Yes, you do look a lot like Tenzin. Tenten's shock now turns to excitement. Wow. Gale then leaves and Naruto smiles. Well, isn't that a surprise? Tenten, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Ino, and that is, why you want to marry me and were you pressured into it? Because if you were, I won't force you into a marriage if it's not what you want. Tenten smiles softly at Naruto's concern over her and the other girl's feelings. Nobody forced me into anything. Naruto? You know, I remember you vaguely. We were in the same orphanage. Naruto shuts his eyes for a moment as a dim memory makes its presence known. I think I vaguely remember you. You weren't like the other kids though. I mean, you always treated me nice. I'm sorry that I forgot about you. She nods. It's okay, we were so little back then. Taking a breath to steel her nerves, the bun-haired girl continued. Okay, why do I want to marry you? Well, I've been following your exploits. I always do on new people in the bingo book. You're a swordsman and that's great because I'm a weapons expert, and I'd love to spar with you someday. But well, I also think you're cute and I've kind of always felt alone. We're both orphans, so we both know what that loneliness is like. She softly smiles. Having a surname is something I never had, and I guess that it could be either Uzumaki or Higurashi. I want to be your wife because I want to fit in and feel like I'm part of a family. I also want to fight alongside you and learn from you. I'm sure there's much you could teach me. The Uzumaki clan are well known for their seal and sword work. They're true seal masters, after all, and great masters of the blade. I've read up on our clan, I guess, ever since I found out about the offer of marriage and who it's extended to. I want to be one of the best and be able to stand beside the best for all my life. Naruto smiles back, his real smile. Very well, now, are you 100% sure? You would be leaving behind your teammates after all is said and done. I understand that perfectly, and they already know about my resolve to this. They're sad to see me go, if you accept that is, but they told me to follow my heart, and that's what I'm doing. Naruto, I honestly believe that this is going to be my one true chance at love and happiness, and I have every intention to take it, make you a happy man and later a proud father. In understanding. Very well, Tenten, I accept. I understand and remember what that loneliness felt like and the pain that went with it. I can see the spark of your eyes when you spoke of standing by my side and wanting more in life. Tenten, you will become one of my wives if you wish it so. Naruto stands up and so does Tenten. She hugs Naruto tightly as Naruto surprises her by kissing her on the lips. For a second she hesitates, then she kisses him back. It's only a short kiss, of course. Naruto then stops and smiles at her once more. I will see you soon, Tenchan. She smiles and leaves the room with a blush on her face. A few minutes later there is another knock and in comes Anko. She smiles widely at seeing Naruto. Hey Gaki! Long time no see, damn you're looking fine. Naruto smirks and scratches his head. Okay Anko, I'll get straight to the point. Why do you want to marry me and was it forced? Anko grins. Not forced, and well, you are amazing. I've heard much about you, you're strong, fast, scary. You run your own village and you're like awesome. I also think that with that stamina you have, sex with you would be a rush, hours of fun. There's something else as well, me and you are the same. We're both hated by this village. They still talk about you like you're the devil. The same goes for me. I'm hated because of the actions of my first sensei. Naruto, some days it gets too much and I begin to think that I should let's just say I kind of need to get out of here. Naruto blushes at all that Anko has said and was starting to get concerned at what she hinted at. Okay, not surprised at what's coming from you. I do have to say I was surprised at the age difference. It's 10 or more years. Anko, I'm not even 16 for a few days yet. Anko sighs. Does it really bother you? About the age difference. Naruto sighs as well. Kinda, but that doesn't mean you can't join my village if you hate it here so much. Anko nods, understanding Naruto's feelings and offer. Kind of bummed we couldn't have gotten married, but if I can still leave with you then great. She grins. Oh, by the way, the two guys outside, not the redhead but the other one, what's his deal? Naruto smirks, knowing Anko is now most likely in the mood for mischief. That is Yukio Nakazawa, my second in command for ANBU. Yugawa is also joining my village as my ANBU commander, before speaking in a softer voice. She hasn't been the same since Haikun died. So is Yukio single? I believe so, although his wife recently died of a sudden illness, he loved her dearly. Anko grins wider, if that's possible. Cool, well, when do you leave? End of the week. She grins and stands up, as does Naruto. She surprises Naruto by kissing him. Naruto at first is surprised but quickly kisses her back. They make out for a minute before she pulls back and grins. Oh, how much fun we could have had, but it's okay. I guess Yuki-kun will just have to witness the sexy beast that is Anko. I guess he will. Anko leaves as Naruto watches as she walks past Yukio and slaps his ass. His face goes bright red and Naruto chuckles and sits down. Gale and Yukio look at each other in shock. A few minutes later there is another knock, and when the door opens there is Hinata Hyuga. She smiles nervously. Hello, and Naruto-kun. Naruto smiles as he tries to put the timid girl at ease. Hello Hinata, take a seat, I'll get straight to the point. Why do you want to marry me and were you forced into this? I won't force you to marry me. Hinata nods, still nervous. I understand, and Naruto-kun. She starts playing with her finger, and Naruto sighs. This is going to take a while, seems she hasn't changed much. Hinata smiles. I wasn't forced into this marriage, Naruto-kun. I want you to marry Yu because I inspire me to become as stronger. Yu never give up, and well, I love Yu. Naruto sighs. Hinata, from what you have just said, I don't think it's love you have for me but admiration. I inspire you to become stronger like I did in the Chunin exams, that much is true, but I've inspired many people from what I've heard. Gaara, Niji and others, I'm sure I bring out the best in people, or so I've been told. I'm sorry to say this, but you seem to love me for the wrong reasons. I don't think it's love for me. There's someone who's liked you for a long time. I may have been dense, but even I saw it. Hinata looks sad at what she's hearing. But you may come to love me. Naruto sighs. This isn't going to be easy. Hinata, I see you as a great woman. True, you need to work on your confidence and your strengths, but you're an amazing girl. You'll find someone who you truly love, but I'm sorry it won't be me. Hinata, I'm sorry. Grow strong and make your clan proud of you and marry someone that's truly worthy. Hinata sighs deeply in sadness. I understand, Naruto-kun, maybe you're right. Maybe it wasn't love, but in a way, I will always care for you. You really have made me a better person. Naruto stands up, and so does Hinata, and he hugs her. I'm truly sorry, Hinata, I really am. Just, look, don't let your father and the elders push you around. Show all of them just how strong you are, okay? You can write to me and tell me how you're doing. One day you will be the clan head, believe it. She smiles at hearing Naruto's trademark phrase once again. I will, Naruto-kun. She turns away and leaves the room. Surprisingly, she doesn't cry. She leaves with her head held high. Maybe she's sad, but yet again Naruto is pushing her to improve. Naruto sits down and sighs once again. I am sorry, Hinata, and I'm not stupid. I've been told by Gale that you like me, but sometimes the truth sorts everything out. Naruto then pushed those thoughts aside as he glanced at the list. Wow, it's just down to Sakura-chan. He couldn't help but be hopeful and nervous at the same time. A few minutes there's yet another knock on the door and Sakura enters the room. Naruto immediately notices she's been crying but doesn't know why. When he stands up, he's surprised when Sakura rushes up to him and hugs him like her life depended on that hug. All she's able to do is just cry for a minute as Naruto hugs her back, the girl he's always loved. He may love Temari, but the one who really stole his heart is Sakura, and Temari knows that. Naruto and Sakura just stay like this for a few minutes. She finally steps back and Naruto uses his thumb to wipe away her tears, and she smiles for the first time in the last couple of days. I've missed you so much. Naruto is shocked, but he smiles back. I've missed you also. Are you okay to sit down so we can talk? As Naruto sits down, he notices that she's sitting next to him like Ino did. Naruto smiles, that smile he only gives to one person. Sakura-chan, you're even more beautiful than you were before I left. She smiles and blushes. Thank you, Naruto-kun, you're very attractive yourself. Naruto smiles wider at her words. Now tell me, why do you want to marry, and if it was forced? I know that you always loved Sasuke. She frowns at hearing the traitor's name, but then smiles at the thought of Naruto sitting next to her. First off, I don't love Sasuke anymore. After thinking for many years, I realized I was wasting my time on someone who was so full of hate and corrupted by darkness. He already had an ego, and the curse seal just amplified that ego and corrupted him even more. He's not the boy I once thought he was. Like Ino, I lost interest in him at first. I wanted him back for Team 7, then you were banished, and it made things worse. I just don't think of him anymore. It's been years since he left. I can only imagine how much deeper he's fallen into the darkness. Naruto just stares straight ahead in thought for a moment. Yeah, I've heard from Karen, she's my cousin, about him. She used to serve Orochimaru before she joined me. She was in charge of a base in the Land of Waves. Sakura looks up. Tazuna and the others, are they okay? Naruto smiles. Yes, Sakura-chan, Tazuna was a big help in rebuilding Uzushio-gakure. Did you know they named that bridge after me? Sakura smiles at that. No, I didn't, and I'm glad Tazuna helped you. How is your village? It's going well, but sorry to say this, but can we get back to the question of why you want to marry me and if it was forced? Yes. To answer the last part, no, it wasn't forced on me. I made up that decision on my own. Although it made me happy, it made me sad too. Naruto is confused. Go on. I want to marry you because I thought about everything we went through as a team and I realized that you've always been there for me. I guess in a way I want to marry you to apologize for the way I treated you all those years ago. You didn't deserve any of that. But I also realized that I have feelings for you. I know it's stupid with us not seeing each other until today, but my feelings for you are real. I want to marry you. She smiles before continuing. Nobody but you ever really treated me properly. Whenever Sasuke rejected me, it was always you there for me, and I was an idiot. You saved me so many times, you cheered for me even when I treated you badly. I've improved greatly. I'm the apprentice under Lady Tsunade, and she has taught me well. For that I have you to thank for pushing me to become a better person. At first I wanted to do it so I wasn't a burden on you. Even before your banishment, I considered asking Lady Tsunade about training me. She has. I'm a medic Nin, and Tsunade says I might even surpass her one day. Naruto, if you say no, I'll understand. Naruto smiles at her answer and reasons. Sakura-chan, I forgave you years ago. I'm glad you have grown so much. You've turned into a beautiful, strong woman, and Sakura-chan, I've loved you for years. Sakura looks at Naruto. How can you love me though after I treated you badly? Naruto once again smiles at her softly. Love makes people do stupid things. Now, are you sure you want to do this? If you are Tsunade's apprentice, she'll need you the hospital. Milady Tsunade knows how I feel about you, and she knows that if you say yes, I will leave with you. I love you and want to be with you, to start a family with you and everything else that goes with a marriage, not out of guilt but because I love you. Naruto smiles and stands up, as does Sakura, and they hug again. Then he plants a kiss on her head. I want to marry you, Sakura-chan. It's always been one of my dreams, and in a way I have succeeded in my other dream, although not Hokage. I'm the Uzukage of Uzushio and clan head of the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans. Sakura is shocked. Beyondame's clan? Wait, is he related to you? Naruto smiles as if he just come up with the ultimate prank. The Yandame Minato Namikaze was my father and my mother was Kushina Uzumaki. You found out your parents, that's amazing. She replies with a wide smile. I will be leaving at the end of the week. I'm not sure when you three will be joining me though, soon I hope. Sakura smiles in agreement. Soon I hope as well. Naruto and Sakura share a passionate kiss before Sakura smiles and pulls away. I'll see you soon, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiles. Say goodbye to your parents. She smiles, but Naruto notices it's forced. Something's happened. She then leaves and Gale and Yukio enter. Gale smiles. So how many did you accept, and what was up with the purple-haired women? Naruto just keeps smiling. Come, we have work to do, and I chose 3, the first 2 and Sakura-chan who just left. Anko is too old for me, but she does like Yukio, so beware. Yukio smirks. She was hot. Naruto smirks. She's a good kisser, that's for sure. Now we get Karen and search for Danzo en route. With her sensor skills she should be able to locate him, and we will end him. He was a key component in our clan and village's destruction. After leaving the meeting room, Naruto, Gale, and Yukio make their way back to the Uzumaki compound. As soon as they step inside, they're met by Karen and Tayuya. As they all sit around a table, Tayuya is surprised she's included, but when she asks, he says it's an Uzumaki matter. Yukio's here because at the moment, he's my ANBU commander. Naruto starts to speak. Okay, the plan is simple. Karen, you use your sensor skills to locate this root base. When Karen has found it, we go in and kill anyone we see. Danzo was behind the destruction of our clan and village. Now it's high time he realized he made the biggest mistake of his life. At this, Naruto stood up, drawing his sword as he did. My family and clansmen, Danzo's life ends today, Root ends today. Why Gigi allowed Root to remain is beyond me, but he's meddled in our clan's affairs long enough. Anoka then speaks. What about Konoha? We're going to be killing members of their village plus one of the Hokage's advisors. Naruto smirks as he sits back down. They better stay out of our way. If any of them attack, restrain them or knock them unconscious. Do not kill or harm any of them any more than you have to. The only blood spilled today is Root's and Danzo's. Leave that bastard for me and me alone. Naruto ordered with a death's head grin. He's mine. Tayuya displays a tight and grim smile as she speaks up. Fuck yeah, I really need a good fight, but I'm kind of useless without my flute, she confesses. Anoka looks confused at that statement. You fight with a flute, Tayuya-chan? As she answers. I used it to summon demons. Just then there's a knock at the door, so they all stay quiet. Naruto heads to the door and opens the door and sees Anko and Yuga. Naruto looks at them. Can I help you too? Yuga smiles. Yes, Naruto-san, here's Tayuya's personal affix. Well, actually a flute and a few trinkets. Lady Tsunade requested that I deliver them as soon as the paperwork cleared, and takes the flute. Thank you, Yuga-chan, but why did it take you both to come? Anko grins. Oh, I was just in the area. Naruto raises an eyebrow. I see. Are you sure that your trip here isn't related to a certain ANBU commander? The Uzukage teased his future citizen and academy instructor. Anko said nothing as her red face spoke volumes. Shrugging his shoulders, Naruto bowed deeply to the two kunoichi before speaking. Well, thanks again. Have a good evening, ladies. Naruto closes the door, then returns to the front room grinning like a madman. Tayuya, catch! Tayuya catches the flute and happily grins. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Naruto turns to Karen with a semi-serious face. How was the training with Tayuya whilst I was gone? Karen smiles. She's improved somewhat. Genjutsu is her best skill, but she can also use a tanto. She's a very quick learner. Like all Uzumaki, after all, it's in our genes. She smirks at her cousin. Naruto nods. Good, I'll help with her training when we have dealt with this. Now let's go. They all suit up and wait a few minutes before they leave the compound. Unbeknownst to them, Yugao and Anko were watching them from the shadows. They noticed that Naruto, Gale, Karen, Yukio, and Tayuya were armed and ready for a fight. Yugao is confused and softly asked Anko. Maybe they're training for something? Anko shakes her head no. They have a training field attached to the compound. They're up to something and it's getting my blood running. She then turned to her friend with a glint of mischief in her eye. As his ANBU commander, maybe you should join us. Yugao looks at Anko. Us? Anko grins wider. Yeah, I'm going to follow them. Yugao just rolls her eyes but follows as well. For a while, they watch the small group. It seems the redhead is leading them somehow. Meanwhile, back with Naruto, he looks at Karen in anticipation. Anything yet? Karen stops and looks around, then nods and points. This way I can feel a large group of people underground. Now we just have to find the entrance. After a few minutes of searching, they stop at a boulder with Karen pointing towards it. The entrance is behind that boulder. Before anyone can do anything, Karen smirks. We have company. Where? There. Karen replied as she pointed towards the shadows. As if on cue, Yugao and Anko jump down. Yugao sighs as she walks towards her new boss. Naruto-san, what's going on? Naruto's face was devoid of any emotion, even his trademark grin was gone. What he said in answer to her question chilled Yugao's blood. About to destroy Root and Danzo, hopefully. Anko grins. What did I tell you, Yugao? I knew they were up to something, count me in. Yugao sighs once more. May I ask why you are doing this? Naruto now smirks as his eyes flash red for an instant. Short answer? Danzo was to blame for my clan and village's demise. In doing so he made an enemy of the wrong man, me. Anko grins wider. She was not only enjoying herself but Yugao's discomfort as well. So, shall we have some fun then? Yugao sighs. Fine, I just know I'm going to get in trouble with this, but who cares? I'm leaving with Naruto soon anyway. Naruto pulls out his katana. He adds some wind to its edge and slashes at the rock and watches as it literally gets sliced in half. Anko smirks. Damn, you've improved, Gaki. Naruto just schools his face to show nothing and starts walking. Let's go. Everyone nods and follow into the tunnel. At 50 meters, Naruto smashes a door down and comes out into an opening with over 100 members of Root. Everyone pulls out their blade, but Naruto grins as he channels some of the fox's chakra that elongates his eye teeth into fangs and changes his eyes to red. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Over 200 clones of Naruto appear. Naruto just points and the clones start attacking. 2 Root members come at Naruto, but he just uses Shunshin to appear in front of them. Before they can react, their heads have left their bodies. Tayuya uses her flute. Matiki, Genbuso Kayaku, demonic flute, illusionary warriors manipulating melody. 3 demons arrive and start attacking anything not an Uzumaki or a member of their party. Enko does some hand signs, her voice now filled with venom and hate. Suniai Jashu, hidden shadow snake hands. Snakes come out of her sleeves and start attacking the members of Root. Yugao goes through some hand signs before she unsheathes her blade. Mikazuki no Mai, Dance of the Crescent Moon. Karen and Gale both go through some hand signs. Kongo Fuza. Yukio also weaves his own set of hand signs. Dotun, Doriyuso, Earth Release, Earth Flows Spears. Naruto continues walking, making quick work on any ANBU he sees. A pair of Root members jump in front of Naruto and he smirks, ready for battle. Before he can swing his blade, Yugao and Gale jump in front of Naruto. Gale smiles at his leader. We'll deal with these two, go after Danzo, I saw him above us. Naruto nods. Stay safe. He then uses Shunshin and appears in front of Danzo. Danzo Shimura, your life ends here, now. He calls in a deceptively calm voice. Danzo smirks in condescension. Oh, you really think you can beat me, boy? Naruto smirks. I already have. You see, this was my second objective. You see, the first was placing a seal on your body so your Sharingan eyes can't help you now. You didn't think I'd notice you had them now, did you? Well, I did, and your chakra has been sealed. You fucked up, Danzo. I was thinking about seeing what a mummy could do, but I think I'll just end your life. You caused the decimation of my clan and the destruction of my village. For that I, as Uzukage and the head of the Uzumaki clan, pass judgment. I find you guilty of those crimes as well as the involvement in the death of a fellow Kage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Now, the sentence is that you die. Any last words, you old bag of bones? Danzo is shocked and grunts in surprise. When did he place the seal on me? I didn't feel a thing. Damn Uzumaki, he could have been my weapon, but no, that old fool had to keep him away from me. All I did was for the good of Konoha. Everything I did was to protect the leaf, but that fool of a Hokage and his will of fire, he was the one that weakened Konoha. I have no regrets in what I've done, history will absolve me. Naruto just rolls his eyes at Danzo's feeble attempt to justify his actions. Yeah, whatever lets you sleep at night. Keep telling yourself that lie, you pathetic excuse for a human being. You're a power-hungry tyrant. You know, Aji-sama used to tell me how much you changed. Always going behind his back, always trying to countermand him. Sigh, you're just a bitter old man who felt you should have been the Hokage. Well, you deserve nothing. All you would have done is tried to conquer everything and everyone. I know why you helped IWA. It was because my clan refused to share their secrets with you, but enough talking. My blade is thirsting for your blood, I suggest you just stand still. If you run, you'll just die tired and out of breath. As he said those words, Naruto smiled a smile that froze Danzo's blood. He'd seen that smile before, years ago on a red-haired kunoichi named Uzumaki Kushina. Danzo takes several steps back. Damn it, my plans are being stopped. Damn this kid, are his thoughts. The other thoughts he had was where his bodyguards were, and how did the demon brat get inside his headquarters without notice. Naruto is still smiling at Danzo. Well, if you're not going to move, I should just start my fun. He uses Shunshin and then quickly returns to his place. When he does, he holds up his trophy. It's then that Danzo feels the burning pain. He looks at where his arm should be, the arm that Naruto is holding. Naruto grins in triumph. That's only the start of your pain. Meanwhile, Yugao and Gale stand over the dead bodies of the 2 dead Root members. Yugao looks closely. For Yamanaka and Torian Aburame, Danzo's commanders. Gale spits on their bodies. He needs stronger commanders then. Well, let's clean up here. And they join in with the others. After 10 minutes, all the Root that are present are dead. They're all checking each other for wounds, finding none. None of them are badly hurt, surprisingly, only a few scratches and a few bruises. Karen looks around and surveys the carnage. I sense more people here, but they're not moving. Surely if there were more Root they would have attacked at once, right? Yugao turns to Karen. How can you sense people? Are you a sensor type? Yes, I was told by someone when I was little. It runs in my family. You know, I think we should go looking for these people. Stay together in pairs. I'll go with Karen, Tayuya with Yukio, and Yugao with Anko. I'm sure you two can continue working together. They all nod and start searching for these other people. Meanwhile, back with Naruto, he smirks. You don't look so good, Danzo. I'm getting rather bored. I think I'll just kill you now. But before I do, I want you to know just one thing. You say you did everything for the good of the village, that history would vindicate you. Well, once you're dead and gone, I'll make sure your name is removed from the records and history books. In all but one, you'll be mentioned as the facilitator of my clan's decimation and the accomplice to the assassin of the third Hokage. You'll be seen only as a traitor to his village, allies, and best friend. In all other areas, you'll be a ghost, a shadow with no one remembering who that old mummy was. Your birth certificate, your diploma from the academy, and your promotion documents. Every citation, award, and pronouncement will be destroyed, your name in ashes, scattered to the winds. In death you'll be as your minions, nameless, faceless, unmourned, and unremembered. Danzo Shimura, when I'm done, all you will be is a figment of the imagination. He runs up to Danzo, and with one slash of his sword, Danzo's head leaves his body. Naruto picks up the head and seals it in a scroll. He looks down and sees all the root dead and his friends unharmed and breathing, so that's good, total mission success. Karen and Gale are walking through some corridors where she sensed the other people. Now in a laboratory, Gale and Karen looks at each other wondering what this could entail when Karen stops by a door. She checks the lock, but it's locked tight. Well, it was until Gale just kicks it in. Of course, he used a jutsu that turned his leg into rock first. They step inside the room and see a woman lying on a bed. At first they do nothing until Karen sees the red hair and rushes over. Mom! Gale looks over. Isn't your mom dead? Gale spots a clipboard and flips through it. That bastard! He spat out. Karen looks around. What's wrong, Gale? Gale points to the women. That's Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto's mother. That twisted bastard, he's been experimenting on her. Karen is in shock. She grabs the clipboard. That sick motherfuck, let's hope Naruto killed him. They hear a voice behind them. If you're talking about Danzo, he's dead, so what have you found? Who's this? Karen and Gale look at each other and Naruto looks at them. Well? Gale sighs. Naruto, this is. He looks down. This is your mother. Naruto is shocked. My mom? He walks up to the bed and checks for a pulse, and is glad she's alive. He clenches his fist until Karen puts her hand on his and he looks at her. She smiles. Go and find Tsunade, she will be able to see if she's okay. And Karen passes him the file on what's happened to her. Naruto takes it, and as he leaves he flips through the file, getting angrier. Naruto heads straight to Tsunade's office. He sees Shizen, who sees the blood all over him, and she's worried. Naruto-kun, are you okay? Naruto looks down and then looks at her with an embarrassed smile. Yeah, oh this? Don't worry, Anai-chan, it's not my blood. Where's Tsunade? Shizen is shocked by the blood, then she snaps out of it. She's in a council meeting. Is someone hurt? Naruto doesn't reply, he just walks off. She follows him as he walks straight to the doors and opens them up, interrupting the council meeting. Tsunade looks up and sees the blood all over Naruto. Naruto? What happened? Naruto pulls out a scroll and tosses it to Tsunade, who opens it and pulls out Danzo's head. She looks at Naruto. Why would you kill Danzo? Naruto gives her a smile devoid of humor. For many reasons, all of them legitimate and within reason. I also slaughtered his root. As for Danzo, his crimes demanded death, helping IWA destroy my clan and village, helping that bastard snake Orochimaru enter the village during the Chunin exams. Yes, I found that out before I killed him. He then tosses a clipboard at Tsunade. And lastly, having my mother experimented on in his underground laboratory. Tsunade is in shock, but she flips through the file and growls. That bastard, where is she now, Naruto? Naruto looks up. Still with Gale and the others, unless they brought her to the hospital. Tsunade stands up. Meeting over, come Naruto, let's check on your mother. Are you hurt? Naruto shakes his head. Tsunade smiles. Good, let's go. And follows Tsunade out. The council are in shock. Some growls. That bastard experimented on my friend? If he wasn't dead, I'd kill him, mice. Hey, check out his eye, it's partially covered. Shikaka moves the bandages to the side. How did he get a Sharingan eye? He looks at Koharu and Hamura. Did either of you know about this? They are just as shocked but shake their heads. Some stands up. I'm going to see how Kushina is doing. Hey, Shikaku, what was that bastard doing? Shikaku reads the file and clenches his fist, then passes the file to Tsum, who reads it then storms off. Shikaku groans. This is beyond troublesome. Naruto and Tsunade quickly made their way to the hospital. When they got there, they saw Gale holding Kushina. When Tsunade saw her, her fist clenched. It was still hard to believe she's alive, but seeing her with her own eyes was proof enough. Tsunade looked at Gale. Follow me. Let's see what that bastard's done with my friend. Everyone followed Tsunade to an exam room. Gale placed her on a bed and immediately Tsunade went to work. A minute later, Shizen and Sakura arrive. Shizen goes straight to Tsunade but freezes when she sees Kushina. But how? Tsunade looks up. Shizen, focus. Shizen nodded. Hi. Sakura looked over at Naruto. He seemed traumatized and was in shock. She then looked at Tsunade. Milady, do you need some help? Tsunade looked up. No, Sakura. Look after your fiancé. He's a bit traumatized right now. Sakura nodded. What's wrong and who's that, milady? Before Tsunade can reply, Naruto spoke up. His voice is low, but Sakura was close enough to hear him. It's my mom. Sakura looks at Naruto shocked. Your mother? Tsunade simply nodded. Take him to the cafeteria and stay with him. Me and Shizen have got this. Sakura nods. Hi. She looks at Naruto. Come on, Naruto-kun. She reaches for his hand. He looks at her, and she smiles. Come on. Your mom will be okay. Although inwardly she's thinking his mother's alive, but how and where has she been all his life? He looks back at his mom before Sakura tugs on his hand and he reluctantly follows her out of the room. Gale, Yukio, Karen, Anko, and Yugao are all in shock. Yugao and Anko both knew of her, as did Gale, and of course it's Karen's aunt. Only Yukio seems unaffected, though that's not to say he's never heard of Kushina Uzumaki. I mean, who hasn't heard of one of the most strongest and feared kunoichis of all time? As Naruto and Sakura leave, Gale moves to follow them, but Karen puts a hand on his shoulder. Allows Sakura to help him. We should remain here for when my aunt wakes up. Anko looks at her. Your aunt? So why weren't here then when Naruto needed family around him? Karen looked down guilty, knowing she should have come with her mother, especially after they stopped receiving letters from Kushina. Gale glared at her. That's enough, Anko. She only found out a few years ago that she even had a cousin and that her aunt was dead. Anko sighed. Sorry, Karen. I'm just wound up. To know all this time, 12 years of Naruto's life, and he was alone, and yet his mother was so close. Yugao growled. I feel the same way. Naruto was almost like my little brother. I watched out for him as much as I could and saw how he looked at parents with their kids and how it would affect him. But he remained strong, only crying when he got home. They all heard that and they all felt Naruto's pain. Right now, of course, Yukio knows Naruto the least out of everyone here and didn't meet him until he arrived in Uzushiogakure, but still hearing what Yugao said really pissed him off. Yugao sighed. I need to get some air and calm down. Yeah, I need a drink, come on, Yukio. I'll buy you some sake and dango. Yukio nodded, but he looked at Gale first, who gave a nod, and he follows out Yugao and Anko, leaving Gale and Karen sitting down in shock. Karen looked at Gale. She can see the hurt, the anger and the guilt in his eyes and knows he blames himself. To be honest, she felt terrible as well, hoping her aunt will be okay. Meanwhile, Sakura and Naruto were in the cafeteria. She got both of them some tea that she drank when she's stressed sometimes. Even Tsunade drinks it, which helps her. Right now she sat on the other side of the table from Naruto, and she's held his hands in hers. Are you okay, Naruto-kun? I can hardly imagine how you are feeling right now, but what happened? Where was she? Naruto at first said nothing, then when Sakura squeezed his hand his eyes locked with hers and he finally spoke. Danzo Shimura had her in his underground lair. He was experimenting on her. All this time she was so close to me and that bastard had her. Sakura was in shock. That monster. How could he do that to Naruto's mother? That bastard. I have no idea how Naruto's feeling, but he's not alone. I'll never leave him. Never again. What happened to Danzo? Did you find him? I killed him. I wish I could bring him back so I could kill him time and time again. Sakura knew how he's felt. Just be glad he's dead and your mom will be fine, Naruto-kun. Tsunade and Shizen will do everything to make her better. Do you know what he was trying to do? Naruto nodded. Trying to find out the Uzumaki's secret to longevity. Plus she had a jutsu called chakra chains. He wanted that, but according to the results he was unsuccessful. Sakura smiled. Well, that's good. Drink the tea, Naruto-kun, it will help calm you down. Naruto took the cup and sipped it. Good tea, Sakura smiled. I use it, as does Milady when we're stressed out. It helps a lot. Just then Shizen entered. Naruto-kun. Naruto looked up. How is she? Shizen smiled. She is fine, Naruto-kun. She's resting. He had her under some powerful sedatives, but she will be fine. Although she is in a coma right now, but she will be fine when she wakes up. Naruto nods. Thanks, Nei-san. She smiled. You should go home and get some rest. You look tired. Naruto nodded and stood up. Thanks for the tea, Sakura-chan. I'll see you later. Sakura smiled. Get some sleep, Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded and left. Shizen then sat down and asked what happened, so Sakura tells Shizen what Naruto told her, and she felt sad for Naruto. For 2 days there were no changes. Naruto would spend a few hours each day sitting beside his mom. At first he just looked at her in shock until Karen told him to hold her hand, which he did. She had such smooth hands. Tsunade told him stories of his mom, so he was surprised there was no calluses on her hands. By then it was the late evening of the October 9th. Tomorrow would be Naruto's birthday. His friends were informed, as were a few others, that if they wanted to celebrate his birthday, knowing that soon as Kushina wakes up, that Naruto would be leaving. Everyone had gone to bed already, leaving just Naruto sitting on the couch in deep thought. Karen wanted to comfort her cousin. They really became more of a brother/sister than cousins. Naruto's brought out of his thoughts by a knock on the door. He's surprised since only certain people can enter, and that is by placing blood on the gates which would recognize them, so he wonders who it is. He headed for the door and opened it, and is surprised to see Sakura at the door. Sakura-chan, what are you doing here? She smiles. Can I come in, Naruto-kun? Naruto steps to the side and lets her in. They both sit down. They haven't seen each other since their talk with her being too busy at the hospital, telling Tsunade she would be leaving with Naruto, so she decided to tie up her loose ends. Naruto sees her bags also, but doesn't say anything about them. They sat on the couch and Naruto looked at her. So what brings you here, Sakura-chan? And what's with your bags? I heard you're staying with Ino. Sakura smiled. I was, but she talks in her sleep, and from what I've heard it's mainly about what you and her will be getting up to whilst in bed together. Naruto was shocked and has his mouth open until Sakura closes it. So I was hoping I could stay here. Naruto looked at her and smiled. Sure. I have plenty of rooms. It's weird, my dad built this place for himself, my mom and me, but it's more like a hotel. Sakura smiled. He probably wanted a big family. Naruto nodded. Yeah, probably. Has there been any change? Sakura shook her head. Not since I left work a few hours ago. Naruto was shocked. Wait, you work at the hospital? Sakura smiled. Yes, I pretty much run the place, actually. Naruto nodded. Well, I'll find you a room then. It's pretty late. You just finished a shift or something? She nodded. Yeah, I love the job, but it sure tires me out sometimes. They headed upstairs. Karen came out of her room and saw Naruto and Sakura and smirked, but when she saw that Sakura was going to have a spare room, she helped Naruto find some sheets and stuff before doing her own business, wishing them a good night. After they've got the stuff she needed, Sakura said goodnight and started making up her bed. After about an hour, she was still awake though. She just couldn't sleep. She had not told anyone, but the fact her parents disowned her had still affected her, and she couldn't deny all those wet dreams Ino's been having. And Ino's talking in her sleep had got Sakura thinking she wanted to be close to Naruto. She doesn't want to come off as desperate though, even though she wanted to be with Naruto forever. Plus she also had been thinking about Naruto a lot, especially about how he must have been taking his mom being alive. She has no idea how he must be feeling. She climbed out of her bed and left her room. She started looking around for Naruto's room. She could feel his chakra, so she knocked on the door, and it opened to see a sight that almost makes Sakura jump him right there. He was bare-chested and only wearing shorts. "Can we talk?" Naruto nodded and stepped aside so she could enter, and they sat on the bed. Naruto looked at her. "Can't sleep, Sakura-chan?" She shook her head. "No, I've been thinking a lot. How are you taking your mom being alive? It must be shocking." He nodded. "All my life I wanted parents. And yet I thought they deserted me. Then I find out who she was and it made me think of what she was like, but I thought she was dead. Little did I know that freak Danzo had my mother so close. It makes me so mad." Sakura nodded. "I know how you feel. Well, not exactly, but I guess I can only imagine how you feel is probably better." Naruto nodded again. "Kakashi came to see me yesterday. I guess Yugao, Anko or someone else told him. He was shocked. He was my dad's student, and it made him guiltier that he neglected me now. Plus he knew my mom as well, so he's probably shitting himself and will probably take a year-long mission just to escape her." Sakura giggled. "I could imagine that." Naruto then looked at her. "Have you been crying, Sakura-chan?" Sakura nodded shamefully. "I haven't told you, but I've been disowned." Naruto was shocked. "What? Why?" Sakura sighed. "My parents hate you. They're stupid and can't see the truth when I told them I wanted to marry you. They demanded I return to Milady and take my name off the list of people to marry you, but I said no, so they kicked me out. I am just Sakura now, not Sakura Haruno. They didn't even want to hear your name when Ino found out you were alive. When she visited me for the last time, my parents kicked her out and told her never to return again." Naruto was shocked. "That's wrong. How could they do that to their own daughter?" Sakura scoffed. "I'm not their daughter anymore, Naruto-kun. They're blinded by their hate, and while it saddens me for what they did, I don't care." Naruto sighed. "You will be Sakura Uzumaki Namikaze soon." Sakura looks up and smiled. "I guess you're right. I heard something weird that Tenten is actually an Uzumaki. Is that true?" Naruto nodded. "I was as shocked as well. She was an Uzumaki on her dad's side and her mom was a Higurashi." Sakura nodded and then reached forward and locked her lips with Naruto. He was shocked at first, but then wrapped his arms around her waist and kissed her back. Lemon happened. It didn't take long for them both to fall asleep. Whilst Naruto and Sakura slept beside each other at the hospital, a sleeping redhead awakens. Kushina looks around and is stunned to see herself in a hospital. Tears come from her eyes. How did she get here? It's been so long since she was conscious. That bastard Danzo kidnapped her so long ago and experimented on her. Just then the door opens, and she looks up and sees her old friend Tsunade, who walks over to her and pulls out of the tubes from her mouth and helps her sit up. She looks at Kushina, her old friend, and inwardly smiles. "I'm so happy she's awake. I wonder how Naruto will feel." "I'm glad you're finally awake. It's been a few days since you was rescued by your son and niece and a few others." Kushina smiles. "It's good to see you, Tsunade. Where's my son? Is he okay?" Tsunade smiles. "Naruto's just fine. He's at the Namikaze compound with the rest of the Uzumaki clan. He's been so worried about you." Kushina cries that her son's worried about her. "What about Danzo?" Tsunade smiles. "Don't worry about him right now." Kushina ignores her. "What happened to that bastard?" Tsunade smiles. "If you must know, he's dead. Naruto killed him." "Good, take me to my son, please." Tsunade sighs. "You just woke up, rest for now." Kushina is about to then ask Tsunade a question. "What is the date?" Tsunade is confused at first, then smiles. "It's the October 10th, Naruto's birthday." Kushina smiles. "Then take me to the Namikaze compound. I want to surprise my Sochi." Tsunade sighs. "Stubborn as always, Naruto gets that from you, you know." And Tsunade helps her up. She allows Kushina to change into fresh clothes before they leave the hospital, and she escorts Kushina to the Namikaze compound with a NBU escort, which so happens to involve Yugao, who's also happy she's awake. Tsunade helps her and then she leaves to head back to the hospital whilst Kushina looks around the compound. She then heads into the kitchen and starts making breakfast for her son and the rest of the people staying here. Meanwhile, Naruto and Sakura are still cuddled up together. When Naruto wakes up, he looks to the side and sees his Sakura-chan and kisses her forehead, and she smiles. "Morning, Naruto-kun, did you sleep well?" Naruto grins. "I haven't slept better in my life, especially with you beside me." She blushes and then sniffs. "Someone's cooking and it smells nice. Let's get dressed and head down for some breakfast, shall we?" He looks at her and nods. "Hey, Sakura-chan, what happened yesterday?" She looks at him as she gets dressed. "It was one of the best things I've ever felt. I'm so happy right now." Naruto smiles. "After breakfast, I'll visit my mom." Sakura smiles. "She'd like that. I'll go change in my room. Wait for me, okay?" "Okay." A few minutes later, they're both heading downstairs. It seems everyone's still asleep, which is weird, so just who is cooking then? They head into the kitchen. As they arrive in the kitchen, they both stop in their tracks. Kushina hears a gasp and turns around and sees her son all grown up and a girl beside him. With pink hair, she smiles. "Morning, Sochi." Naruto looks at his mother in shock. She's awake. "Mom." Naruto and Kushina stare at each other. For Naruto, it's seeing his mother for the first time awake. Of course, he saw her plenty of times in her coma. Finding her in that bastard Danzo's underground lair was a shock, to say the least. He doesn't really know what to think of her being alive. He always wondered, of course, where his parents went. Of course, now he knows she was kidnapped. According to the documents he read, she was taken the day of his birth. Finding out that Danzo tried to experiment on her made his blood boil. It also made his blood boil that she was so close to him, and yet so far away, annoyed him greatly. That was until he was banished. It makes him wonder if he'd never returned, he would never have known she was even alive. He spent a lot of time just standing beside her bed. He never touched her at all until Karen told him to hold her hand, which he did. He wanted her to wake up more than he thought. She's his mother after all. But he's also scared. To have a mother is something he always wanted, and now he has one. He doesn't know what to do, or how to act. Which brings us back to the here and now, his mother being awake and standing across from him with his future fiancé beside him. For Kushina, it's only the second time she's ever seen her baby boy. The first time was just before Minato took him away to have the QB sealed in him. It broke her heart to know what fate may become of her baby. She knows that people hated her at first because she was once in the same situation as her son. She wasn't as gullible as Minato to think that the village would treat him as a hero, although she secretly hoped they would. At least he would have Mikoto, his godmother, to look after him. Plus there was her old friends. Surely they would have took him in, or at least looked after him, as a favor to her. Now she's seeing him for the second time 16 years later. He's such a handsome young man, and she's glad he looks so much like Minato. His eyes, though, give off a different look, a look of sadness, and having a harsh life. She hopes she can find out why that is. A part of her is crying inside, knowing he grew up without her. But now they're reunited and she will never leave him again. Then there's the pink-haired girl beside her son. They seem close. The pink hair is familiar to her, but she doesn't think too much on it and looks back at her son. It's been 5 minutes since Naruto said Mom. Either has moved so far it's like they're frozen in time or something. Naruto doesn't know what to do, how to react around her. This is so unbelievable to him. He can't deny he always wondered who his parents are. He never even knew if she was alive or dead until Karen told him that the woman laying down unconscious on the bed in Danzo's underground base was his mom. And now she's awake and in front of him. For Kushina, she also doesn't know what to do. Part of her wants to run over and hug her baby, but his facial expressions are confusing. She can see confusion, sadness, anger. Whether it's at her, she doesn't know. She hopes not. Does he hate her? It would break her heart if that was true. Does he think she abandoned him, or never loved him? While Naruto and Kushina are having their inner turmoil, Sakura is just watching them. She watches her fiancé, knowing that for him it's strange he never knew about his mother, and now she's right there in front of him, and he doesn't know how to act. She can't say she wouldn't be in a similar predicament. She then looks at Naruto's mom and sees her facial expression. She's worried. Ino's told her about such expressions and knows she's in pain somehow. She then looks at Naruto and sees why. It's like he's running through his emotions, and one is anger. Is it at his mom or at Danzo? She then looks back at his mom and can guess that she thinks her son hates her. She knows that's not true. He's spent hours by her bed. She then nudges Naruto and whispers to him. Naruto-kun, go and hold your mother. She thinks you hate her. Just look at her. She's almost about to cry. He looks at her in shock, then looks at his mom. How can she think that? I guess she misjudged my expressions. He then steps forward and hugs her. Kushina has her head lowered in shame but is surprised when she feels two strong arms hug her. She looks up and cries. Her baby doesn't hate her and is hugging her. My beautiful baby, I love you so much. I'm so sorry for not being by your side. I love you too, Mom. I just never knew about you until recently. I always wondered what happened to my parents, thinking did they abandon me or hate me. I just never knew. I guess I just don't know how to really react to all this. It's okay, Sochi, I understand. I will never leave your side again. And we both loved you very much. Never think otherwise. Okay, you're a handsome young man. I'm so sorry I couldn't watch you grow up. Sakura wipes away a stray tear from her eyes. The man she loves is holding his mother, something she will never feel again. After her disownment from her parents, she can only wonder how they're both feeling right now, but it makes her happy nonetheless. Just then they hear talking and are joined by the rest of the Uzumakis of Karen, Gale, Tayuya, and Anoka, and the only non-Uzumaki Yukio. All of them freeze upon seeing the heartwarming reunion between mother and son. For Karen and Gale this is a momentous occasion, as Kushina is Karen's aunt and Gale is Kushina and Naruto's royal guard, so seeing them hugging brings smiles to all witnessing the scene. Tayuya, Anoka, Gale and Yukio then see Sakura not knowing about her, but Tayuya then grins as she can now guess what happened with all that noise last night. She then stops smiling as she tries to remember her own mother or father but can't because of the damn cursed seal. Kushina then breaks away from hugging her son and sees the others. She knows Gale, although he's got quite old since then. There are 3 other redheads. They could be Uzumakis, she thinks. The other man is an unknown, but as he's here he must be important. She then looks back at her son. No girls are coming near my son for a few years. I have a lot of catching up to do and want some mother and son bonding time. Naruto scratched his head. Mom, I'm engaged to a few girls already. Sakura-chan is one of them, plus there are 4 others. She looks at her son, then the girl who is with her son, who smiles shyly at her. The name is familiar, but it's unclear at the moment. She then turns back to her son. Why would you have 5 fiancés, son? Gale answers for Naruto. Lady Kushina, it's great that you are awake. There has been many changes for young Master Naruto here. As you are aware, he's of the Uzumaki clan, as are these 3 girls. He's the clan head. Well, now you're alive, it's confusing. He's also the Uzukage of Uzushio-gakure, and as such he has an obligation to restore his clan. Kushina looks confused. She looks at her son and then Gale. Uzukage. But that's not possible. Uzushio-gakure was destroyed. That can't be possible. Uzushio-gakure was destroyed 36 years ago. Naruto smiles. It was, but I had it rebuilt over 3 years ago. Luckily I had someone rebuild it like it used to look, as he visited Uzushio-gakure when he was my age with his parents. She smiles, then gets confused when she doesn't see a leaf headband on him, or any of the others minus Sakura. The others have the Uzu headband. This makes no sense. Why would he be the Uzukage? Isn't he a ninja of the leaf? But you're a Konoha ninja, aren't you? Naruto shakes his head. When he first returned he would have cursed this village. Sometimes he feels like doing it still. Not anymore, Mom. I was banished from here after a failed retrieval mission years ago. I wandered around for a while, then visited Tsunade and found out about my clan and where they came from. Temari, another of my fiancés, helped me find this information out. I then traveled to Yuzu myself. I then visited the Land of Waves and had Suna, the man I just mentioned who visited Yuzu many years ago, come to Yuzu and he helped rebuild it. I then came here to get what was owed to me by this village, and well, along the way I interviewed potential wives. Sakura-chan was one of them, along with Ino Yamanaka, Tenten Higurashi, whose father was also an Uzumaki. Plus, like I said, I already arranged to marry Temari and made an alliance with Suna, and from the land of snow, Koki Kazahana the daimyo. Sakura chuckles. It's now the land of spring, Naruto-kun. Naruto just nods to her. Kushina smiles. Well, I can't wait to visit Uzushio-gakure again, but now I think formal introductions are in order. I am the clan matriarch. Karen smiles. I am Karen Uzumaki. I'm Naruto's cousin Aunt Kushina. Tayuya smiles. My name is Tayuya Uzumaki. I don't know if I'm related to any of you. This damn curse seal prevents me from remembering them. Kushina growls at that damn cursed seal. Don't worry, I'll get it off you somehow, don't you worry. Anoka then smiles and waves. My name is Anoka Uzumaki, like Tayuya-chan. I don't know my parents, I was an orphan. Gale smiles. You already know me, so move along. Yukio smiles. It's an honor to meet Lord Naruto's mother. I am Yukio Namikawa. I am Lord Uzumaki NBU Commander, well, co-commander. Sakura then sighs. My name is Sakura. I'm the apprentice of Lady Tsunade. My surname, well, I don't have one at the moment. I was disowned by my parents. So it's just Sakura at the moment. She giggles. Well, until I marry Naruto-kun, then I'll be Sakura Uzumaki. But wonders why she would have been disowned. Well, hello to all of you, it's nice meeting you and my niece, we will catch up more soon. She then turns to Sakura. Sakura, dear, who were your parents, and why were you disowned? Sakura gets hugged by Naruto, and she smiles at him, then looks at Kushina. My parents were Mabuki and Kazashi Haruno. I was disowned because I loved Naruto, and because of the Kyuubi, it killed most of my family the night it attacked. Aunts, uncles, nieces and nephews, grandparents all gone. When the village started calling Naruto-kun a demon, they believed he was the Kyuubi reincarnate, so they hated him like everyone else. When he was banished they were overjoyed, although they would have preferred he was dead. She then looks at Naruto. When me and Naruto were younger we were on the same genin team. I admit at first we wasn't close, but over time we grew closer. My parents hated that I was on the same team as a murderer, or so they called him. When Naruto-kun was banished, I learned the truth about Naruto-kun's birth in the Kyuubi, and I realized my real feelings for Naruto. Of course it was years before I saw him. He was 12 when he was banished. Then he came back to the village and I heard about Naruto looking for possible wives, and so I put my name down. My parents found out and demanded I take my name off the list, but I said no, so they disowned me, which was about a week ago. Kushina and the others who didn't know the truth are all shocked. Of course she told Naruto last night, who just hugs her tighter. For Kushina, she's disgusted as Mabuki was one of her best friends when she was here. Could she really be that messed up in the head? I'll give that bitch a piece of my mind before we leave. She then hugs both Naruto and Sakura. You will be an Uzumaki soon, Sakura, okay? Naruto smiles. When we leave, which will be as soon as you are able to walk, Sakura-chan will be coming with us. Kushina smiles. Not a problem. So when do I meet these other fiancés of yours? I know your birthday party tonight. Naruto groans, remembering what usually happens on his birthday in this village. I don't really celebrate my birthday, well I do now, but being here in this village my birthday was always hell for me. She smiles. I understand, but I'm sure your friends will want to see you before you leave. Plus I also want to meet the future brides of my son that will give me loads of grandkids. Plus you won't be here for much longer, and you're the Uzukage, they wouldn't dare try anything. Sakura blushed at her soon-to-be mother-in-law's words. Naruto doesn't say anything but just sighs. Fine, but you're right, I won't be here that long. She grins. Okay, well now I think I should get back to breakfast, and your birthday cake. Sakura, being the only doctor here, goes into doctor mode. Mrs. Uzumaki, you have been in a coma for 16 years, you're not fit enough to be rushing around, you need to rest. Kushina looks at her in shock. I'm sorry, but you can't order me around, Sakura. They then all hear. Actually she can, as can I, you stubborn women. Kushina and the others all see Tsunade standing there by the door as Yukio let her in. Although I am the Hokage, I am also the head doctor in this village, and Sakura as my apprentice is a doctor in her own right and will surpass me soon, so I order you to rest, Kushina. I'm surprised you're still standing as it is. Kushina grins. A doctor, I, Sakura, impressive. As for why I'm still standing, I admit I barely am, but it's because I'm an Uzumaki, and we have advanced healing. It's what we do. Naruto smirks, so Kyuubi may not have been the whole reason I healed so quickly. He then gets an idea. Hey mom, do you know Shadow Clone Jutsu? When he continues. So create a clone to cook, then sit down like Sakura-chan said, you need rest. Kushina pouted at being reprimanded by her son, but just shrugs and creates a clone, then gets led to the couch and sits down while the clone starts on the breakfast and cake. Naruto and Sakura sit next to each other with Kushina sitting the other side of her son. When the others sit down, she turns to Tsunade. So how long until I can walk as normal? Tsunade rubs her chin in thought. You could do with some physical therapy. I'd say about a month. That should be good enough to get you to Uzushiogakure. Naruto sighs. I can't stay here that long. I'm the Uzukage. Remember, I've kind of been here too long already. I have to leave within the next 3 days. Kushina smiles. I'm leaving when Sochi leaves, and nothing will change that. Tsunade just sighs, stubborn as always, but I see her point. Fine, but you will take it easy. I'll make it in order if I have to, and Sakura will monitor you throughout the journey. Kushina grins. That's fine with me. I'm still weak, and well, I think I need a shower. I remember the layout of this house, so I'll help you. Come on. As soon as Tsunade and Kushina are gone, Tayuya turns to Naruto and Sakura. So I guess that was you two last night. We all heard it. Did you two have fun? Kushina shouts downstairs. I hope you two give me grandbabies soon. Naruto and Sakura both blush at the accusation. Mom/Mrs. Uzumaki. They just hear laughing coming from everyone upstairs and downstairs, making Naruto and Sakura even more uncomfortable. They forgot about the clone, who then shouts from the kitchen. I want 2 grandbabies from each woman. Try and mix and match also, so I can spoil them all rotten. The 2 said teenagers can't stop blushing. It's uncomfortable as it is. Tayuya then laughs. I'm so glad I'm not one of your fiancés, although I wouldn't say no if you asked. Naruto just groans. Should have left you in jail. Sakura, although uncomfortable with the situation, giggles. I have no problem with having kids with you someday, Naruto-kun. As for you, Tayuya, why don't you ask him? Naruto groans. She could be family. We find out who her parents are first, then after, who knows? He then looks at Sakura. You really mean that, Sakura-chan? Tayuya grins. You mean you're open to it? Cool. Sakura giggles. Yes, I am sure, as I'm sure that Ino would love to also, maybe even Tenten, but after hearing Ino's wet dreams about you, I'm sure she'd want kids with you. Tayuya laughs. I'll have to ask Ino about these wet dreams, maybe get me some ideas. Karen chuckles. They could be quite graphic and funny. Naruto and the rest of the males in the room all facepalm. Sakura just groans. I have heard her. She talks in her sleep, plus she told me about them in intimate detail. She's a pervert, plain and simple. She then grins. Actually, when she first saw you and Karen, she was jealous of Karen. I guess we all were. Karen chuckles. Really, you were jealous? Naruto-kun's my cousin, so not going to happen, plus he's more of a brother figure than cousin. Naruto grins. Let's hope those perverted sensei of mine don't hear about them. Pervy Sage would put them in those damn smut books. The clone of Kushina then calls from the kitchen. Who's Pervy Sage Sochi? Naruto groans. Jiraiya. He trained me for a month during the Chunin exams. He tried making me into a pervert but failed. Good, I'll have to kick his ass when I see him. A short time later, Kushina and Tsunade come back downstairs and they all sit down for breakfast, with Karen helping her aunt clone dish up breakfast. While they're eating breakfast, Karen turns to Sakura. So did you get Naruto-kun a present, or was seducing him your gift? Sakura blushes again. No, not yet. I have to get a kimono also. Yeah, me also. Plus a gift from my cousin. Tsunade then turns to all the young Uzumaki girls and Sakura. After breakfast, why don't you all go shopping for gifts and kimonos if you don't already have some? Plus get Ino and Tenten on it also, maybe even his other friends. They all nod, and after breakfast they do just that. Sakura gives Naruto a kiss on the lips before leaving to meet up with Ino and Tenten and the others to go shopping. There is no chance Ino would say no, plus it's for her fiancé. After leaving the house, leaving Naruto and Kushina to bond, Sakura, Karen, and Tayuya are walking through the streets. Some of the villagers are giving curious glances as they've heard about the demon boy returning. Even though they've been told he's supposed to be this Uzukage, to them he will always be a demon and a murderer. They hate that he was not killed on sight upon entering the village. Some of the villagers also notice an increase in ANBU in the area and don't know why. Sakura and the others have seen the villagers and all of them scoff. Tayuya comments on it. They're all fucking idiots. They're too fucking dumb to realize that attacking Naruto or any of us will be a death sentence to them. How you didn't even realize how fucked up your village is, Pinky, I don't know. Sakura just nods and shakes her head. I guess it was obliviousness, really. We all just lived our lives. I foolishly wanted to be with the traitor. I just didn't pay much attention to the villagers. But now I see it with my own eyes. It disgusts me how they treat Naruto-kun. To everyone else they seem so kind. I wonder if now they will treat me like shit knowing I'm going to marry Naruto-kun. Not to mention the others. Honestly, I just can't wait to get out of here. Karen looks around adjusting her glasses. After Naruto-kun told me about how they treated him, I can see it happening to me and Tayuya for sure, maybe even you, Ino and Tenten. We all heard stories about Konoha, the supposed strongest village, with everyone following that foolish idea of the will of fire. It's total bullshit, they're all monsters. Hiding in human skin, I'm with you, Sakura. The sooner we get out of this village the better. Tayuya chuckles. Well damn, Karen, you swore that's a first, but yeah, I agree with you. The sooner we get out of here the better, won't have to look at their ugly mugs anymore. If just one person tries to attack me or make a pass at me, I'll kill them. I don't care who they are. Sakura just nods her head. Let's not think about them. We have to find Ino and Tenten, and get some presents for Naruto-kun. Karen and Tayuya both look at each other and snigger. Sakura looks at them. What? Tayuya and Karen both grin but say nothing. Sakura just rolls her eyes and continues walking. It's not long before they spot Ino and Tenten. They're walking with Hinata. The three notice she seems kind of sad. They know why, but Naruto made his decision, and she will have to deal with it and move on. They're not the only ones with them. It appears the whole, as they've been called, the Konoha 9 are together. It would have been 11, but Sasuke's a traitor and Naruto's at home. Sakura calls to them. Hey guys, wait up. The others hear Sakura and turn around. They spot her along with Karen and Shikamaru. Niji, Kiba and Choji look at Tayuya in shock, wondering how she's not locked up. Sakura stops beside them. Hey guys, glad we found you. It's Naruto-kun's birthday today. We're off to get presents for him. There's going to be a party also. And I don't know if you know about Naruto-kun's mom being alive and held prisoner all this time, but she woke up from her coma. She's really nice. Even if I have heard she can be scary when she's mad, she's still pretty weak though, but her Uzumaki healing abilities are helping. Her name is Kushina Uzumaki. Ino and the others looked shocked. It's Niji who speaks first. What do you mean held prisoner, and by who? Tayuya speaks. That mummified freak, one of the elders. Danzo had her in one of his bases. He was trying to experiment on her but ultimately failed. Naruto killed him. The others look shocked. Ino then speaks. Is Naruto-kun okay? He must have been pissed when he found his mum alive and hidden from him. Is Naruto-kun at home with his mum then? Sakura and the other two nod. Tenten is in shock. I can't believe it, one of my idols is alive and Naruto's mum. Wow. Lee shakes his head. How unyouthful to keep one's mother from her child. Everyone agrees with him. Then Kiba asks the question most of the guys are asking. Just what are you doing out of prison? Tayuya grins. Oh, I'm Naruto's cousin. Tsunade thought it would be a good idea to help heal some wounds if I was released. Plus, if I wasn't released, Naruto would never have heard about that freak Danzo being responsible for our clan being destroyed. And by attacking him we found Aunt Kushina. So we killed a loser and Naruto got his mum back, a win-win for all of us. They all nod, some of them unsure about her though she was a part of the Sound 4. But they realized she is Naruto's family, so let it slide. They all joined with Sakura, Tayuya and Karen and went shopping for Naruto's presents. Hinata, although still sad about not being chosen to marry Naruto, was overly happy that Naruto-kun had his mum. She misses her own mother but knows Naruto never experienced having a mother, so it must be hard for him to adjust. The guys go off to get presents. Naruto is their friend, so they plan to make this party a good farewell to him. Meanwhile, the girls are all together trying on outfits. They have already gotten him presents. It was easy for some but not others, as they didn't know what to get him. Tenten ended up splitting up from them and went back to her parents' shop and bought Naruto a nice katana and sheath. It cost quite a lot, but for her future husband it meant nothing. Tenten returned and then joined the girls in clothes shopping. While they were shopping, Temari arrived in Konoha, and after spotting the others came to say hello. Once she found out about everything, she bought her own presents, then joined them in clothes shopping. Tayuya then decides to have some fun at Sakura's expense. So Sakura, I'm surprised you needed to buy your Naruto-kun a present. I thought taking both of your virginities was your present. All the girls looked shocked before turning to Sakura's, whose face is as red as Karen's hair. Ino looks at Sakura with a jealous look, but also a resolved look. She knew Naruto-kun liked Sakura first. She will have her time with Naruto-kun. Temari is of the same opinion as Ino. Tenten looks shocked. She feels jealous. But Sakura has known him longer than her and like Ino will get her alone time with Naruto-kun. Hinata has a sad look on her face. She is happy for both Naruto-kun and Sakura. She just wishes Naruto-kun would have given her a chance, but she knows she needs to move on and find someone else. Karen just rolls her eyes, already knowing about it still. It's amusing to see Sakura's face right now. Either her nor Tayuya expected it to happen so soon, but both knew about Sakura being disowned by her pathetic parents may have played a part in it. Tayuya, after saying that, starts to think, although they're cousins, could she or should she start to love Naruto more than a cousin? She admits he's pretty hot, a lot different to when she saw him during the rescue mission. Maybe he was always handsome, it was just the kill me now bright orange jumpsuit made her not pay attention. Sakura did say to go for it, and Naruto didn't say no. Could I really be with Naruto? He's treated me better in the short time I've known him than anyone ever has. I was just a tool to Orochimaru. After being captured, he never sent anyone to rescue me. Was I expendable? Namikaze's compound. Naruto smiles as he's sitting down beside his mum. She's telling him about her own missions long ago. He did notice her get sad on occasions when she mentioned her friend Mikoto. He was surprised to know it was Sasuke's mum. He was quite angry though when she told him that Mikoto was supposed to be his godmother. So why wasn't she in his life? Kushina, after telling Naruto about Mikoto, and saw the sad but yet angry look, she told him that it was probably the council or her pathetic husband Fugaku's fault, but said it was most likely the damn council's. This annoyed Naruto, but there was nothing he could do now. She was dead. He also wasn't a citizen of Konoha anymore after his banishment. Kushina then started talking about her many kenjutsu fights she had over the years, saying that people from all over would challenge her to prove they were better than her in kenjutsu. People from all the 5 major villages, even samurai from the land of iron. It didn't matter, she beat them all and sent them packing. She told of Kirin coming. They claimed they had the best swordsmen, but they were wrong. She tells him about one of her toughest fights against one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, the only female of them named Yuri Ringo. The fight was so much fun. Naruto smiles. Seems like you had a lot of fun. Do you miss being a kunoichi? Kushina smiles. Well, yeah, for the 9 months I had you, I wanted to get back to it. Naruto smiles. Well, I'm sure you can get back to it now if you want to, that is. I can only imagine you will train me and my wives right. Kushina grins. Oh yeah, of course, I'll do that. I guess I could get back in the saddle, so to speak, to see the look on people's face once they hear Red Death is alive and ready to kick some ass. Gale and Yukio, who are leaning against the wall, shake their heads. Yukio turns to Gale. When the elemental nations find out about this, there will be more fights for Kushina-sama, I believe. Gale snorts. You can count on it. More losers from Kiri and Kumo wanting to put Kushina-sama in her place, and more losers being sent packing. But she needs to build up her strength first. Several hours later, Sakura, Tayuya and Karen returns, along with the rest of the Konoha 9. Naruto is happy to see Temari again, and Kushina smiles knowing this is one of his future wives. When Tenten talks to Kushina, she quickly realizes that Tenten is not only one of her Sochi's future wives but is a massive fangirl, but not the normal kind. From what Naruto told her, Tenten takes her training seriously. Naruto was kind of shocked that once everyone entered he gets kissed from all of his fiancées. That was certainly unexpected, although it was a nice surprise. What was more surprising is when Tayuya kissed him and said that she was going to be with him. This was a surprise to everyone there. Although Karen expected her cousin is falling for Naruto, she just shook her head. For the two Hyuga, they may have been shocked, but it's not as if inbreeding isn't normal, especially in their clan. Not long after they've all talked, Yugao, Enko, Hana and Kurenai arrive with party decorations and a lot of food. Hana and Kurenai met up with Yugao and Enko, and after hearing about Kushina and Naruto's party decided to help. Naruto is surprised by this, although he celebrated several birthdays the way they should be celebrated. This is the first in Konoha. All the girls start hanging the decorations ready for the party. The guys all start talking, asking Naruto what he's been up to since he was banished. Although it still didn't sit well with any of them, they ignored it and just talked with Kushina and the others watching. The ones who didn't know about Naruto and Sakura's escapades last night heard it from the girls talking. Yugao was amused but happy for Naruto and her soon-to-be leader. Enko did keep giving Yukio glances, and he even caught her licking her lips at him. He shivered several times and wondered what she was up to. Gale just shook his head seeing Enko's actions. Even Kurenai was surprised. She's been friends with Enko for years, but she's never looked at someone like she looks at this Yukio she was introduced to. It's been several hours now since the Konoha 9 left along with Yugao, Anko, Kurinai and Hana. Naruto is wearing a nice kimono along with the others when there's a knock at the door. Naruto's surprised to see so many people at the door. There is all the Konoha 9 with their parents bar Sakura, who was disowned. This was a surprise. But he let them all in, getting handshakes from several of the fathers and smiles from the mums. There was also several bows from them, which was surprising. But Kushina just said it was because of his status as the Uzukage. The last thing that was a major surprise was that Choji's father closed one of his restaurants for the evening, and had all the staff here to be servers and cooks because there was also a barbecue in the back garden and they oversaw that. It was a little overwhelming for Naruto. Naruto had more things to worry about, and that was all the beautiful women here for the party. Not just his fiancée, but everyone here. Naruto looked at Ino's mom and smiles, knowing that's where Ino got her beauty from. It was well into the party when there was another knock at the door. But this person is certainly not welcome here, judging by her chakra signature. Naruto glances at Sakura, who doesn't realize, but when he looks at his mom, he sees she's noticed along with Gale, Yukio, and Karen. They all don't look happy. At her son before nodding to Sakura before she heads to the door. One of the servers was about to open it, but Kushina stopped her and opened it herself. Mabuki looks up and smiles. I can't believe it's really true, you are alive. Kushina raises an eyebrow. What the fuck is wrong with her acting like she used to? What brings you here, Mabuki? I would say it's good to see you, but from what I've heard it really isn't. So I ask again, what do you want? Mabuki seems shocked. I wanted to see my friend. Can I come in? It's quite nippy out here. She hears music and plenty of voices. Is there a party? How come I wasn't invited? We are friends, aren't we? Kushina looks at Mabuki. You was not sent an invitation. This party is for my son. Mabuki looks confused. Son, you had a son. Who is it? Kushina snarls. You know goddamn I was pregnant, Mabuki, and my son is Naruto Uzumaki. Mabuki looks shocked. He's not your son, he's a demon. Whatever he's told you is lies. He's the QB, don't be deceived like my daughter was. Kushina slaps Mabuki in the face. How dare you, fucking bitch, call my son a demon? I told you I was the Jinchuriki. My son is now the Jinchuriki. You know damn well what that means. But you're too fucking stupid. You and most of this fucking village are too stupid to see the truth. You only see what you want to see. Attacking Naruto in my husband's name. You all make me sick now. Fuck off before I decide to kill you where you stand. Mabuki looks shocked. You bitch, you've been deceived. She sees her daughter. I want to speak to my daughter, let me in. Kushina bars her path. You will not pass me, Mabuki, now piss off. You're interrupting my Sochi's birthday. If you don't leave now, I will remove you by force. Naruto, realizing his mom is still at the door, walks over to it. Kushina sees him coming and moves to the side. Mabuki, seeing her chance, tries to move past her, but she is stopped by Naruto. Naruto looks at Sakura's former mother. He'd much rather kill the bitch for causing so much pain for Sakura. But as it's a party, and so many people are probably watching, he decided to do this diplomatically, even if the thought disgusts him right now. Councilwoman Haruno, you are trying to trespass onto foreign soil as I am the Uzukage. So this clan home could be seen as an embassy of sorts. She looks at him in shock and anger, but before she can say anything, he continues. If you attempt to get physical with any individual within the complex's walls, you will be met with swift and fatal response. As far as trying to lie your way in to see your daughter, have you forgotten you disowned her? She was badly hurt by your actions. Sakura-chan is to be my wife, so I will not let you speak to her. Begone, Councilwoman Haruno. She looks shocked and angered. She's my daughter. If she wants me to leave, then let her say it to my face. Before Naruto can say anything, Sakura appears beside Naruto. She sees her mom. I don't want to see you ever again. I am no longer your daughter. Both you and my ex-father made that perfectly clear to me. You are not only disturbing Naruto-kun's birthday, you are also trespassing onto, as Naruto-kun says, property of the Uzukage of Uzushiogakure. Leave now before you do something stupid, Mrs. Haruno. Mabuki looks shocked. She goes to slap Sakura, but her hand is caught by Sakura's hand before Sakura swiftly punches her in the face. Did you really think I'd let you touch me? Begone, before you do anything else. Mabuki looks shocked. She holds her cheek that was punched. She knows her daughter, ex-daughter, could easily have killed her. She looks at Sakura, then Naruto, and then Kushina. This isn't over. Naruto shakes his head. Oh, but it is, Councilwoman Haruno. I warned you what would happen if you tried anything. He sees two Anbu appear. Glad you have arrived. Get this woman off my clan's property. He turns to Sakura. Sakura-chan, do you wish to press charges? Sakura shakes her head and heads back inside. Just take her away, and inform Lady Tsunade that I do not wish to see her on this property again. If she does after this warning, I will eliminate her myself. The Anbu just nod, knowing that the Hokage had them watching the residence in case there was trouble. They nod again. Have a good evening, Lord Uzukage. They grab hold of Mabuki and shun away, leaving Kushina next to Naruto. Kushina sighs. Mabuki used to be a good friend. We all used to joke and say that if one of had a boy and the other a girl, that we would have them get married. It's hard to believe someone could change so much. And places a hand on his mother's shoulder. People change, there is nothing we can do about it now. Kushina smiles. I know, Sochi. Well, forget about let's get back to the party, shall we? Naruto wraps his arm around Kushina's arm. Allow me to accompany you back to the party. Kushina giggles. Such a gentleman. The party continues with little fuss. His friends are surprised why he didn't do something stupid. He only replied that he wanted to do this diplomatically. Unfortunately, Councilwoman Haruno decided otherwise. They all just nodded. Even the parents were surprised. He had every right to make Mabuki Haruno suffer, but it made them respect him more, all agreeing that the banishment made Naruto more mature. The party ended and everyone went home, with only Sakura staying, as she already had a room here, although Ino wanted to stay to cuddle with Naruto. But alas for her, her parents thought otherwise. The next day everyone has had their breakfast and are packing up their stuff, ready to return, or in Sakura, Tayuya, Yugao and Anko's case the first time they will see Uzushio-gakure. The large party arrived at the gates, and they weren't surprised to see Tsunade, Shizen, and the Konoha ate there with their senseis and several of their parents. After a lot of hugs and handshakes and promises from Naruto that he'd see Ino and Tenten soon, they left, with everyone at the gates waving goodbye. Chapter end. So this part ends here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so quickly like this video. And comment down below your thoughts about this series. Also share this story with your friends. And now it's time for me to go, bye.